And we welcome you live now to Macon Coliseum, where it's been a long time since the Macon Mayhem have played here, but they are back tonight against the same team that they took the ice against last time they were here at home, the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs. I'm Graham Tuck, and I'm joined tonight by Joe Kopshow. And I mentioned that game last time out, Joe. It was a great one for Mayhem fans. 4-1, a win for the Macon Mayhem. It kicked off a 3-game winning streak for the Mayhem. They've won 6 of their last 8, and they are one of the hottest teams in the SPHL right now.
Yeah, 6 of the last 8, 4 of the last 5. However you want to frame it, it has been an excellent month. And like you said, it started in the last matchup, and it started out early in that matchup. First period goals were the necessary thing to get that game going, and that's what the Mayhem did. 3 goals in the first 10 minutes from Kelly, Schnapp, and Winslow. So it was a very good start to the game, and that's why they were able to finish strong and start this win streak.
Yep, that game against Pensacola, you mentioned the 3 goals in the first 10 minutes. An unexpected, or maybe not unexpected, but an unusual outburst of scoring for the Mayhem. It's been the defense and goaltending that's gotten it done for them this season, but the goal scoring has really picked up as of late. They scored 8 goals across the 2 games in Pensacola, and they've just been really rolling, and it goes all the way back to that game against Roanoke. Jake Raleigh has been rolling. As I mentioned, he's got a ton of points. I believe 7 over his last 3 games. He's doubled his season point total since those 3 games. He had the hat trick, a natural hat trick, to kick off the win against Roanoke that was capped off by the Josh Boyko goal. And then you go into the weekend, he has 4 points in the 2 games against Pensacola, and it's just really been the offense that has turned things around as of late for the Mayhem.
Yeah, whenever you feel like this team can put a 3 spot or a 4 spot on the board, as you've mentioned, been averaging right around 4, you really feel positive about this team because you have Boyko in net, and apparently sometimes he can add a goal to his total if he wants to, but right around that 2.3 goals against average. So whenever you reach that 3 or 4 mark, you feel really strong about this Mayhem team.
Well, when the goal scoring has been there for the Mayhem, it has provided positive results. 15-3-2 when they score 3+, and just 2-17-1 when they fail to score 3 goals in a game this season. I mean, those numbers are disparaging.
Yeah, I mean, it's for the Mayhem, it's a story about just needing to take shots, get shots on goal. They have right now standing in the last place spot in terms of goals for on the season. So obviously you want to get that up, start to get that working. And as you mentioned, you don't really need to have these outbursts, just 3 or 4, and you're really in the driver's seat.
Because you've got the goaltending and defense to keep you covered on the back end. You only need a 3 or 4 spot. But a team that has really been hot as well is the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs, who are back in town. Since that loss on February 2nd, they've won 6 straight, and a lot of it has been on the road, although the road has not been kind to them so far this season and up until as of late.
Yeah, in total on the season, 5-8, 0-1 away, so they really have that detrimental split at home, winning 13 games. So the majority of their wins come at home, of course, 3rd in the SPHL. So when all those points are coming at home, you feel like you have an opportunity here if you're the Mayhem. Get the crowd into it, get out early, make the loud jeers really rain down on the Rail Yard Dawgs, and you feel like you can maybe impact this game just with the crowd.
Yeah, the Mayhem 9-8 at home, 8-12-3 on the road. The good news, above 500 at home for a team that's 17-20-3, right in the midst of that playoff race, as you mentioned, occupying the last playoff spot as of right now. They've got 11 of their last 16 at home to try to secure a playoff spot for the first time since the COVID season in the SPHL. And we are going to take a look now at a couple of guys to keep an eye on for the Mayhem tonight. We'll start with Josh Boyko.
Yeah, Boyko, of course, as you mentioned, just an absolute stud in goal. Not your typical size, prototypical size at 5'10", but it seems like every time he's in net, he's been almost perfect for the Mayhem. That .940 save percentage, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. He's been excellent in goal.
Absolutely, and he's 2-0 since returning from injured reserve after 4 months off. Of course, he had 46 saves in the goal in his first game back, in addition to the win, and he also got the win with a 30-save performance over Pensacola 2 weeks ago. And the team had last week off, so no opportunity to get a win there, but the Mayhem have really been rolling. They had a week off to get healthy, and that gives them the opportunity to get Zach Nazareth back in the lineup tonight, who was injured in his Mayhem debut at Evansville on January 31st. He draws back into the lineup tonight.
Yeah, the injury bug has been rough. Of course, Boyko coming back. Now Nazareth, just 9 minutes played on the ice for the Mayhem, but scored 2 goals in those 9 minutes. He's been extremely impactful. It's a guy that the program and, of course, the city is very excited about. They got that brief showing, now a chance to extend it, and of course, add to the point total. As mentioned, aiming for that 3-goal mark, this is certainly a guy that can help.
Yeah, for sure. Zach Nazareth, in 24 games this season, of course, most of them with the Peoria Rivermen, 23 of them. He's got 25 points, 23 points in 23 games with the Peoria Rivermen. He comes to the Mayhem, and he's got 2 goals in a period and change in his Mayhem tenure. This will be his home debut with the Macon Mayhem. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll give you the lines, starting lineups, and scratches from here in the Macon Coliseum.
Wesleyan College is a proud sponsor of the Macon Mayhem. A leader in accelerating equality for women since 1836, Wesleyan College prides itself on providing young women with a platform to develop as students, professionals, and emerging leaders in the Middle Georgia community and beyond. Through the power of a liberal arts education, Wesleyan prepares its graduates to make a positive impact not only on the community around them, but around the globe. Join the pack. Apply now at www.wesleyancollege.edu/admission.
Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Well, hi, I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stopped by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stopped by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action, and don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey raffle. Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity. And we're back here in Macon, ready to give you tonight's starting lineups and scratches. We'll start with the visiting Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs. Up front for Roanoke, it'll be Mac Jansen, Carson Gallagher, and the former Mayhem forward Tommy Municello, who's been hot lately. He's got 20 goals and 15 assists, good for 35 points in just 36 games this season for the Rail Yard Dawgs. On defense, it'll be Steven Alvo and Brendan Pepe for the Rail Yard Dawgs, and Austin Rodebush, who will get the nod in between the pipes for the Rail Yard Dawgs, who recently got his 100th SPHL win just a couple weeks ago. Only the third SPHL goaltender to ever reach that mark. And the scratch for Roanoke tonight will be John McDonald on the back end. For Macon up front, it's a new look line. Zach Nazareth, Jacob Schnapp, and Jake Goldowski will be together. On defense, two newcomers, relatively speaking. Hayden Ford and Jake Maynard will play the blue line for the first shift, and Josh Boyko is in between the pipes. The healthy extra tonight for the Mayhem is Nicholas Aromaterio. It'll be the first game that he's missed since joining the Mayhem after opening weekend. So Aromaterio, the healthy extra tonight. We saw the lines in warm-ups. It looks like it's going to be Monikov with Kelly and Winslow, and then the other line for the Mayhem tonight will be Raleigh, Witherspoon, and Yevdokimov. No surprises there. Mateo Ybarra mixing in as well in the lineup tonight. Joe, tonight, big game for both of these teams. Roanoke has won 6 straight. Macon has won 3 straight. And these teams are fighting for playoff spots in 2 different ways. Roanoke still in contention for the top spot in the SPHL. Macon fighting for their playoff lives every game the rest of the way.
Yeah, to the away team first. Roanoke, as mentioned, in third right now, 7 points down. But they have 2 games less played than Huntsville, who, of course, sits at the top with 59, tied with Peoria. So a chance for them to maybe extend, try and get up to that top 1 or 2 spot and have a really nice seeding as you go into the playoffs. As mentioned, for Macon, it's all about making sure you keep that 8 spot, but you could also do some damage, work your way up. Just 2 points behind Evansville, of course. Evansville in action tonight, so a loss there, a win here. You don't want to forecast anything, but could be moving up a spot or at least tied for it. And of course, they are just 9 points back from 4th, 6 points back from 5th. So you string together these wins, you get a little bit of luck on some other ends. People losing, teams you need to lose, do so. You have a chance to really shoot up the rankings, and as mentioned, get those nice playoff rankings that help you out once you get to the postseason.
Absolutely, and I think there's definitely something to be said for trying to get as high up in the standings as you can, because Peoria and Huntsville have just looked like absolute world beaters so far this season. You want to avoid them at all costs, I would imagine.
Yeah, you would love to avoid them in the first round, try and pick up the scraps of a team that is slowing down. Of course, the Mayhem, one of the hottest teams in the league right now. Not only are you aiming for that top spot, but you want to stay hot. You want to take that momentum into playoffs. It's not just about seeding. It's, of course, about how you play in the most important games of the season. And if you can be hot at the end of the regular season, that's due to carry into the postseason.
2 of the hottest teams in the league taking the ice against each other tonight. We'll see what happens next when the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs take on the Macon Mayhem after this. Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity. Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Well, hi, I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stopped by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stopped by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. And Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action. And don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey raffle.
Are you thinking about starting a new career? The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC. One team.
As Minuteman Press Macon proudly celebrates 35 plus years of serving Middle Georgia with top quality print media. Minuteman Press Macon is a full service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products, no problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Macon.
Wesleyan College is a proud sponsor of the Macon Mayhem. A leader in accelerating equality for women since 1836, Wesleyan College prides itself on providing young women with a platform to develop as students, professionals, and emerging leaders in the Middle Georgia community and beyond. Through the power of a liberal arts education, Wesleyan prepares its graduates to make a positive impact not only on the community around them, but around the globe. Join the pack. Apply now at www.wesleyancollege.edu/admission.
Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem!
Well, hi, I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stop by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stop by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action, and don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey raffle. Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity. Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem!
Well, hi, I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stop by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stop by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
And we're forwarded and back on
And we're back here in the Macon Coliseum for opening puck drop for the first period of the Macon Mayhem and the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs. Should be a good one, Joe. I'll be with you whole way here on Flow Hockey and the Mayhem Radio Network. The Mayhem have won 3 in a row, dating back to the last time they played the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs here at home, a 4-1 win, which featured a natural hat trick from Jake Raleigh and a goalie goal from Josh Boyko in his return from IR. They swept the Pensacola Ice Flyers on February 7th and 8th and had last weekend off. The Rail Yard Dawgs have won 6 straight since that game. So just a clash of 2 teams that are at the top of their games right now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it's going to come down to how the Mayhem respond. Of course, it's been a good month, but it's been sparse in the games you've played, so I would love to see how the Mayhem come out strong, especially in this first period.
Should be a fun one. Goldowski, Nazareth, and Schnapp start up front for the Mayhem. Zach Nazareth making his Macon Coliseum debut with the Mayhem. Maynard and Ford also taking their first shifts with the Mayhem here at home as the puck drops and we're underway. Nazareth right away with a takeaway. Goldowski stopped. Schnapp a chance. Rebound out in front. Still loose. And Rodebush covers it up. A great takeaway behind the net by Zach Nazareth. And he immediately makes an impact with the Mayhem in his return.
A quick stick, and I'm not sure how that one didn't find its way in, and I'm not sure Rodebush doesn't know either, as he was just sprawled out. He had a defender behind him about a foot inside the net, and somehow that puck just kept out. An unlucky break for the Mayhem after a great play from Nazareth on his first shift here at the Macon Coliseum.
What a great start on racing night, eh?
Yeah, off to the races.
So this line gets their first look. It's Winslow, Kelly, and Monikov. First time that Alexei Monikov is with these two. He's typically been with Schnapp and Goldowski, but with the return of Zach Nazareth, he's bumped to the Winslow and Kelly line.
Yeah, and it's all going to be about finding the best 3-player combination, that first and second line. You want to know what you have, and of course when players return, have to try and see early how the makeup works.
Cup with a shot, tipped in front, Winslow, backhand, Rodebush stops him at the door. Monikov tried to take it behind the net. He was affected wide. And now the goalkeeper out of his crease to play it. That's Boyko. His third start in 4 games since returning from injured reserve. The Mayhem, of course, this week trading Dyson Skinner to the Peoria Rivermen. Finally resolving what was known. Oh, a chance out in front, and Boyko makes the stop there on the captain. That was a dangerous look there for Nick Ford. But as I was saying, the trade of Dyson Skinner to the Rivermen, a very capable goaltender. The Mayhem, the second that Boyko went down, Bailey Birkin was thrust into a situation where he was the number 1 and he had to go for it. He started, I think, 7 games straight. And then Dyson Skinner gets the call up, and he becomes a local hero, more or less, and he was great in his time. Then you come to the situation, well, when Boyko gets back, you've got 3 very good goaltenders. You've got to do something with one of them when Boyko comes back, and it ended up being that Skinner was the odd man out there.
Yeah, you really would love to keep all 3 if...
Oh, a chance out in front. Raleigh fanned on it and then sent the rebound wide.
You would love to keep all 3, but that's just not something that can happen with the roster caps. And, of course, you only need 2 goalies here in the SPHL. And, obviously, all 3 of them great players stepped up when they were needed. But it came down to Boyko and Birkin. And I really love the trust in Boyko, especially back. You think maybe we have to slow him down, work him in from this injury. But it's immediate trust in Boyko, putting him back, as you mentioned, 3 starts in 4 games. You like to see the adjustments the Mayhem are making.
We've got a stoppage here. It looks like there's an issue with the door on the Roanoke bench. This is a bit of an oddity here.
Usually it's a problem with the door opening, but this time it seems like it's a problem with it closing.
The whistle stopped play.
Lots of action in the first 1 minute and 19 seconds.
Oh, for sure. Both teams with good chances.
Grade A chances, and now a broken door on the bench.
Both teams have completely huddled up by their respective benches. The officials are the head official and one linesman conferring in front of Rodebusch's net. And the other linesman is right there in between the two benches.
I'm wondering if it's even a problem with the door because no one's really working on it. It seems more like it's a discussion about something perhaps on the ice. It's hard to see, but one Rail Yard Dawg is in the huddle by their goal.
Yeah, trying to get an explanation is the Mayhem bench. It's an oddity. That was the play was stopped in the middle of the play.
Now you almost wonder if it's
Team Doctor headed over to the Roanoke bench from the Mayhem side, and now he's running off the ice.
Yeah, you almost wonder if it's an injury concern now.
Maybe from the Roanoke bench? I didn't see anyone injured on the ice.
One of the more bizarre.
Yeah, now they're bringing a crowbar and a hammer out. This is definitely about the door.
Okay, now we have confirmation with the heavy machinery coming out that this is the door.
James Wolf heading over to the Roanoke bench. Shout out to Wolfie.
With pace. He's hustling over there. So beginning work on the away team bench, and I believe it's an actual problem with the bench.
Yeah, it's definitely an issue with the bench now. You can see him, it's with that door closest to the red line. You can hear the hammer bangs from all the way up here in the booth, Joe. That is an interesting one. Now, they did have to put the building back together because the Mayhem were vacant from the Coliseum for 2 weeks. So, of course, these things sometimes do happen, but
sometimes this puzzle is a bit harder to put back together than it is to take apart. And now it almost looks like it is the door again. And I think it is a problem with the door staying closed, as that's why I believe it was blown dead in the middle of the plays. It might have opened as someone breezed on by.
I believe you might be right. That's probably a pretty good guess. He's trying to tug on it over there in front of the door with a hammer and a crowbar. That is like you said, the heavy machinery was out.
And we're going to leave the hammer there just in case it's needed later.
No, you don't get the crowbar, though. That one stays with me.
Yeah. We need a license for the crowbar, so I'm going to go ahead and escort this off the ice. But it looks like we're almost ready to get back underway, and it should be a face-off at center ice.
So an unexpected stoppage, just a minute and 19 seconds into this one. Already some pretty hefty bangs coming from the Roanoke bench with that hammer yet again.
Yeah, a little less gentle from the away team.
And we're back to action here. Looks like Mateo Ybarra is going to get his first shift. Mixing in here in Monakov's spot on the Winslow line. And he finishes his check on Doney there.
Something you love from the new additions is you can really interchange these lines. No one's super set yet, so you can make sure to have the freshest legs on the ice at all times.
Kelly tried to send it to the slot for Ybarra as he was falling down to the ice, but he ended up turning it over in the process. Cup finishes his check there. Save made, rebound! And the shot for Doney off the mark. Kelly turned it over, and Pepe has it in the neutral zone.
Good job from Ybarra to get back there and influence that shot. Looked like a late stick lift.
Winslow finished his check. Here's a turnover. Nazareth had it. Schnapp, his shot from the slot, affected by his stick. Schnapp will get it back in the near corner. Jacob Schnapp, he scored in the last game for the Mayhem. Here's Goldowski. Had 4 points in Pensacola 2 weekends ago in those 2 games. Goldowski, cross ice to Maynard. Maynard walks it down the wall. He's going to skate it to the corner. In his Mayhem debut, Maynard sends it over to Nazareth, looking to the doorstep for Goldowski. Ford, his slap shot blocked. And the pass to Municello off the mark. Municello will muscle it out of the zone, but Schnapp sends it right back in. Nazareth is going to get there first. He heads to the corner. He's muscled off the puck by Pepe. And chasing is Gallagher. Raleigh steps in to make a hit on him, and Paralot has it at the red line. Nick Favaro sends it in. Doney will start the breakout here. Municello, tap pass looking for Gallagher, can't find him. Favaro trying to get in, no icing here. Off the glass and out. Could have been a one-on-one for Smunt, but Paralot's there. Favaro off the boards. Near side, Jansen all alone. He's going to walk in over the crossbar. Good look for Mac Jansen. And now a counterattack potentially for Yevdokimov. Excuse me, Ybarra. Ybarra was leading Yevdokimov, but they're offside there. Boyko wanted to glove it. Winslow's going to backhand it out of the zone ahead of Yevdokimov. Allison over to Cup. Wanting to go up the ice to Winslow. Pepe. Ahead to Stanko, who was pressed into the boards right in front of our press box down low. Ahead for Ybarra, who's gotten a lot more ice time than you would expect when you say 10th forward, when you only have 3 lines. Normally that 10th guy doesn't get a whole lot of shifts, but Ybarra has already had, by my count, 3 in the first 4 minutes and change of this game.
Yeah, when you have 10 guys you really trust, you can really just go as deep as you want. And really, I mean, it has to be about his veteran presence. Just one of the longest tenured Macon Mayhem players, of course, on this season. Has had a great chance here early.
Yeah, and when you say veteran presence, there's not really a ton of it on this Mayhem team, but Ybarra has been with the team all season. He's just a rookie. He made his pro debut on opening night with the Mayhem, and Jarrett Cupp and Dan Winslow, oh, there's a deflection out in front. Boyko never had to make a save. Widmar was in the paint. Boyko, Jenyon, Cupp, and Winslow, some of the only players on this team currently that have been with the team for longer than just this season. Justin Kelly and Taui Shizuka made their pro debuts out of college at the end of last season with the Mayhem. Jake Goldowski, of course, longtime Mayhem player, will play in his 100th Mayhem game tomorrow night, hopefully. That'll be a spectacle to see, but outside of that, this is a very young team. And even those guys, Jarrett Cupp is the only one above about 25 years old.
Yeah, a very young team, something to look forward to, and that's why Ybarra, you don't expect it, but a veteran presence as his 27 games on the season with the Mayhem puts him in the top half, call it top third.
Boyko sticked away. Maynard's going to skate up the ice. Jake Maynard, a very interesting pickup for the Macon Mayhem. He was waived by the Quad City Storm. And we'll finish that story when we come back here on Flow Hockey and the Mayhem Radio Network.
Thinking about starting a new career? The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC.
One team. Join the celebration as Minuteman Press Macon proudly celebrates 35 plus years of serving Middle Georgia with top quality print media. Minuteman Press Macon is a full-service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products? No problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Mayhem.
Back to action here in Macon, right off the ozone draw. Keeping the zone there, Corey Doney. Ford nearly with a takeaway, and Maynard has it here on the half wall. He's going to flip it up and out. Jake Maynard picked up from Quad City, started telling that story right before the break. Maynard began his pro career last season at the tail end with Quad City out of college. And, of course, the head coach at the time of the Quad City Storm was Dave Shinichny. And then the new regime at Quad City was obviously not as fond of Jake as the old one was when Shinichny was there, so they let him go this season, and Maynard finds a new home here in Macon, back with the coach that gave him his pro debut, as Goldowski's in, and a save by Rodebush. But it's very interesting to see Maynard getting a second chance in the SPHL with the guy who gave him his first shot.
And a chance to really make an impact on the defensive side. It's been a team that's allowed a lot of shots on goal. You would love to see his big body get down and take some for the team.
Goldowski's in a 2-on-1 with Zach Nazareth. Goldowski up to the far side to Nazareth, just in front of him. Couldn't connect.
A golden opportunity
Goldowski nearly created a takeaway in the O-zone for Jake Raleigh, who terrorized this Rail Yard Dawgs team last time they played each other. Roanoke went up 1-0 in the first, thanks to a goal from Tommy Municello on a deflection out in front. And then from there, it was 3 unanswered goals by Jake Raleigh. The primary assist on all of them to Yaroslav Yevdokimov. Another look for Raleigh out in front, and he was denied. Oh, my goodness. Jake Raleigh and the Rail Yard Dawgs. Something about that duo. He nearly had his 4th straight. Well, I shouldn't say 4th straight. The empty netter by Boyko broke it up, but Raleigh has been on fire as of late. Favaro into the zone. His shot blocked. Doney out of the zone, played it well, but Favaro there to intercept, sends it behind the net of Rodebush. Off the wall for Justin Smunt. Kelly is there. Could have been played by Allison, so no icing. Defense pairs, probably not going to see them change too much tonight. You've got Cup and Allison per usual, Favaro and Paralot per usual, and then the new pair on the back end is Ford and Maynard. I'm excited to keep an eye on that pair and see what they're able to bring.
Yeah, you would love to see some contributions here early from the new duo.
Cross-ice pass from the high slot. Winslow looking for Monikov, couldn't connect. Rodebush out of his net to play it. Monikov was racing in, trying to get to the puck first, but Rodebush played it. Widmar into the zone. He was just recently activated. Ford to Widmar, back to the blue line, and Garrick Lindberg, who started the season with the Mayhem, was waived after a couple of games, had it at the red line and dumps it in.
Yeah, much needed change there for the Rail Yard Dawgs. A lot of pressure from the Mayhem have pinned them down in their own defensive zone, and a lot of back and forth.
Ford trying to go coast to coast, and a save from Rodebush. Haven't seen that from Ford yet in his Mayhem tenure. Now Municello looking to go the other way. Got to be careful with the stick there if you're Nazareth. Municello with another look. He hesitates. Working around Maynard on the wall. Schnapp with a block there. Alvo. Touch pass. That shot wide. Boyko gets a stick over and plays it away from trouble. Nazareth charging up to the blue line. Alvo sends it down the half wall. Maynard steps in on Gallagher. Gallagher walking to the circles. Gallagher backdoor. Boyko made the stop. Another shot tipped in front. Boyko held onto it with the glove.
Great series there from Boyko. When you sit at that smaller size, just around 5'10", you have to be able to get that shoulder up and take that tight angle away. He did so on that first shot. A juicy rebound that kicks out to the blue line, but he's able to glove it through traffic. A great eye, and of course a great body on the first block.
Boyko has been great since his return from injured reserve. 3-2 record on the year, .939 save percentage, 2.33 goals against average, and of course, a goal as well. Kelly backhands it to the wall. That's Jacob Kelly for the Rail Yard Dawgs. Witherspoon Charging in on Rodebush. Yevdokimov in as well. He's got 10 points in his 8 games with the Mayhem this season. Very odd elite prospects breakdown for Yaroslav Yevdokimov. Played pretty much his entire professional career in Russia and Kazakhstan. A couple of games in the KHL. Then 2 years ago, he comes over to North America, makes his pro debut with the Mississippi Seawolves of the FPHL. Has 100-plus points in 50 or so games, averaging just over 2 points per game. Just around 2 points per game, I should say. Then last year, he has a brief stint with the ECHL's Tulsa Oilers, gets injured, misses the rest of the season, and comes back this year with the Macon Mayhem in the SPHL. So he's played 3 seasons, all with 3 different leagues and 3 different teams in North America since coming over from Russia and Kazakhstan. And he's been a great add for the Mayhem this season. And you got to think part of it is the reason for him coming over. Phil Esposito, assistant coach for the Mayhem, was the head coach of the Seawolves when he was there 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, it's a weird path, but it's one that works out well for Macon. They get a player with high promise that's had just a bit of an injury history, and that's why he has a chance here to really show out for the Mayhem. Anytime
you see a guy in the SPHL with KHL experience, it is an oddity. And Monakov's going to draw a penalty here, and the Mayhem will go to the power play. Interference is the call. We'll take a break, and when we come back, the Mayhem are going to the man advantage here on Flow Hockey and the Mayhem Radio Network. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education.
We're back here. Back here in Macon Coliseum, the Mayhem going to the power play. And the power play has gotten a bump lately. It's up to 14.6% on the season for the Mayhem. Scored twice in the first win at Pensacola on February 7th. And both of them were Jake Raleigh. He finds himself back on the man advantage here. Favaro, Yevdokimov, Goldowski, Raleigh, and Witherspoon is the 5. So you have the Witherspoon, Raleigh, Yevdokimov line along with Favaro on the point and Goldowski in the bumper spot.
Good teams succeed on the power play. You would love the Mayhem to take advantage here, at least pepper the goal with shots, get some momentum to build off of. Right now, hard to even get zone time, as we've already seen a line change from the Rail Yard Dawgs.
Witherspoon ahead to Favaro, out in front, Yevdokimov, and he's stopped by Rodebush. Rodebush took down Favaro as well. No call behind the play. Now shorthanded, a chance for the Rail Yard Dawgs. Goldowski with a takeaway. Favaro is going to change. Ford comes on in his place. Along the blue line, quarterbacking the power play now. Yevdokimov crashed into Jake Raleigh. Witherspoon stops the puck along the wall. Here's Hayden Ford. He'll fire a shot. Blocked there. Rebound comes to Witherspoon. Back to Ford. He looks for open space. Hayden Ford walking it down low. Looks for a lane. Touched away from Witherspoon. Goldowski and Witherspoon keep at the blue line. Goldowski walks it down the wall. Good move, Goldowski. Yevdokimov stopped by Rodebush. And Goldowski can't maintain possession. Ford looking to Nazareth. Ford, near side, Yevdokimov, cross ice, Nazareth, here's Mr. Tipped, save, rebound, Goldowski stopped, tried to bank it off of Rodebush, and he made another save. Goldowski, cross ice to Nazareth, Nazareth looking for a lane here. Zach Nazareth, shot was blocked there, might have been off the stick of Goldowski. Nazareth, 11 seconds left on the power play. Ford back to Nazareth. Nazareth shot blocked in front. Looked like it went off of Raleigh, who's at the end of a 2-minute shift, and cleared out by the Roanoke kill. But a good-looking power play for the Mayhem.
Yeah, great opportunities, a great shot out in front, and again, Rodebush just getting what you would think is lucky. He doesn't even see the puck, but he's able to make a kick save, goes off his back for the Rail Yard Dawgs, goes in a good direction, which is away from the net. The Mayhem, plenty of opportunities and just a couple inches away from converting a few of them.
The Mayhem could have scored multiple times on that power play, but instead it's still a 0-0 tie here in Macon.
And credit to Nick Ford, who maybe the best opportunity was that backdoor pass that he just got enough of the twig on to kick it wide of the receiver.
That shot gloved by Boyko. Looked like it might have been going high and wide anyway, but Boyko got a glove to it. The Mayhem are going to need Boyko to be his self, his normal stop-everything self, if they're going to be able to hold off the Rail Yard Dawgs tonight. A very talented Roanoke team. And the Mayhem desperately need 2 points tonight. It's going to be that way in all 16 games the rest of the season. You have no games left on the calendar that you can afford to drop.
Yeah, and Boyko's not just playing against this offensive line of the Rail Yard Dawgs. Those centers, the left wingers, of course, the defense when they can step in and get a slap shot. But he's also playing against Rodebush, who so far early has been perfect.
That shot blocked in front by Jarrett Cupp. Gets it ahead to Winslow. Has a potential 3-on-2. Kelly on the near side. Sends it off the stick of Rodebush. Winslow behind the net. Kelly, a rough ride to the near wall. Doney steps into the corner. Takes it away from him. Cupp has stepped into a couple hits tonight. You don't see that from him a whole awful lot. But I've liked what I've seen from him on the aggression side.
Yeah, from the whole Mayhem team. They're finishing their hits. They're doing an excellent job of making sure nothing comes too easy for the Rail Yard Dawgs. And it even leads to some chirping right outside of Rodebush.
Nazareth had charged in on the crease. Garrick Lindbergh got into it with him just briefly, only verbal. 6:24 left to go in the first period. And the Goldowski-Schnapp Nazareth line will go out there for the Mayhem. Brendan Stanko will take the draw for the Rail Yard Dawgs. It's one back by Goldowski. Maynard faked the slap shot. He'll open up, walk the wall. Sent out in front, blocked away by Pepe. Schnapp had established a net front. Goldowski with a good play on the wall to take the puck away. Got it to Schnapp. Nazareth between his legs, falling to the crease. He had Ford at the blue line, but tried to keep the puck in his own possession, and it enabled the Rail Yard Dawgs to clear.
Yeah, just trying to do too much there. Get it back to your blue line. Keep possession. Keep that offensive zone time going.
Maynard with a shot over the crossbar there. Ford on the near side. Dodges a hit from Kelly. Not entirely, though, and Alvo gains the red, dumps it in. Ford was tied up. Good takeaway, sent to the slot. Ford. That's Nick Ford for the Rail Yard Dawgs. Had a chance in the slot, but couldn't do anything with it. Joe Widmar taken to the wall in the corner by Witherspoon. Walked down. That shot blocked wide. Doney with a good look. Yevdokimov's got it here. Hayden Ford looking for Raleigh. Widmar shot wide. Boyko was not in position to stop it, but Widmar missed the net, and Yevdokimov has it here. He's going to send it ahead for Raleigh. He kicks it to the red line. Witherspoon completes the line changes. Goldowski had been on the ice for a long time. And Witherspoon fans on a pass. Just didn't see the man there, I guess. That was Harley. And Widmar fanned on his pass as well. Lindbergh walks it down the wall. His shot into Boyko. And Garrick Lindbergh and Parker Allison getting into it here. Garrick Lindbergh was a guy that played with the Mayhem for a little bit. He's not afraid to mix it up. And keep an eye on that as this game continues. 4:44 left. Still scoreless here in Macon.
Wesleyan College is a proud sponsor of the Macon Mayhem. A leader in accelerating equality for women since 1836, Wesleyan College prides itself on providing young women with a platform to develop as students, professionals, and emerging leaders in the Middle Georgia community and beyond. Through the power of a liberal arts education, Wesleyan prepares its graduates to make a positive impact not only on the community around them, but around the globe. Join the pack. Apply now at www.wesleyancollege.edu/admission.
Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity. Back here in Macon on Flow Hockey and the Mayhem Radio Network, still scoreless. Shots on goal, 10-6 Macon, thanks in large part to that great power play that Austin Rodebush was able to deny the Mayhem in all facets of. That was a good-looking power play, one of the best, honestly, all season from Macon, but they couldn't score.
Yeah, it's hard to say it's one of your best when you don't score, but like you mentioned earlier, it could have been 2-3 goals if you take that and those opportunities again.
Favaro sprinting up the far side, got it from Schnapp on the backhand, and a shot saved by Rodebush.
That excellent speed burst. It looked like that was going to be a nothing pass to the boards. Instead, picked up the shot. Not excellent as two Rail Yard Dawgs collapsing, but
yeah, hard to blame Favaro for that, but
earns an offensive zone draw, which you love to see, and was competitive. I mean, aiming for the 5-hole, just drag it through, but a good job to earn the Mayhem a possession, or at least try to, off this offensive zone draw.
So they'll get a strong forechecking line out there. Raleigh, Witherspoon, and Yevdokimov. But a face-off win for the Rail Yard Dawgs. Yevdokimov trying to break something up behind the net. Instead, Smunt on the near wall. Kicked around by Lindbergh. Raleigh on the backhand. His shot was blocked. Jake Raleigh up to the blue line. Paralot. Paralot's shot tipped. Rodebush a save. And there was that forecheck that I was just talking about from this line.
Yeah, it causes that puck to just drift out to center ice right in front of Rodebush. And you know when you see that, you have a problem. An excellent job by the Mayhem to gain possession, get a good shot on goal, and let up a juicy rebound, but Rodebush hopped right on it right away. And another chance to do the exact same thing, although new line on for the Mayhem.
Winslow going to take this draw. Won again by the Rail Yard Dawgs, but Kelly got it around the wall to Monikov. Monikov in the corner, tried to muscle it through to Kelly. Instead, picked up by Roanoke. Allison with a takeaway. Monikov draws another penalty. That's the second one he's drawn tonight, and the Mayhem will go to another power play.
Yeah, similar situation again, this time right on the puck as he's tripped up. Doesn't get much easier than that from the back end to call. And, of course, the Macon Mayhem have some momentum from the last power play. Now they'd love to finish it off on this one.
This game has been all Mayhem so far, outside of a couple good chances for the Rail Yard Dawgs. This is the greatest chance you could ask for to finish this period with a lead.
Only thing you'd like to change up in this power play is try and get a change. Last time players were on the ice for 2 minutes. You'd like to see that same aggression, but with some fresh legs.
Favaro's pass off of a stick, off the glass. It's rolling on the stanchion. Yevdokimov sent it to the slot, but it was intercepted there. Favaro ahead to Witherspoon, who skates it in. Witherspoon along the wall, up to the blue line for Favaro. His shot nearly tipped in front by Raleigh. Rodebush made the stop. Bouncing puck backhanded towards the blue line by Goldowski. Favaro back to Goldowski. Fakes the one-timer. Goldowski again. One-timer, Favaro! And the save from Rodebush hops all the way over the netting and into the party deck. Got to keep an eye on it over there.
Yeah, put some juice on that one. Caused it to pop all the way up. A good shot. Love that 1-2. Reset, ready for the slap shot. Almost sent it home. Instead, Rodebush stays strong.
So now we get a full look at the other unit. It's Monikov Winslow, Kelly, Nazareth, and Ford for the Mayhem. You saw Nazareth and Monikoff communicating there on the draw. That is a big step for Alexei Monikoff. When he got here, he hardly spoke any English whatsoever. Now he's able to communicate with his line mates. Just shows how far he's come in the couple of weeks and now months since he's been here in Macon.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just numbers or letters. You call out one, you know what the play is or what you want designed. Excellent job to work out that one and get it in deep.
Didn't quite work out for the Mayhem, but Ford able to pinch this one into the Roanoke bench. And this faceoff is going to come outside of the zone, unfortunately, for the Mayhem. So this power play not off to the same start as the other one prior.
Yeah, a little bit of trouble establishing the zone. That was a good keep there, unfortunately, for the Mayhem. Pops over that red line into the Rail Yard Dawgs bench.
Kelly and Nick Ford, a little jumpy on the far side.
And that's just trying to get into Ford's head, one of the better players in the SPHL, averaging about 1.5 points per game. If you can get in his head, you've got a chance to beat Roanoke.
Monikoff back to Ford. His shot blocked in front by Pepe. And another good clear for the Roanoke kill. Weird bounce off the boards. Boyko out to play it. He'll leave it behind for Ford with 35 seconds left on the power play for the Mayhem. Winslow, with a little help from Kelly, gets into the zone. Behind the net, Monikoff slaps it right back to Nazareth. Nazareth to Winslow. Had it roll away from him. Winslow back up to the blue line for Ford, who keeps. Far side, Nazareth. His shot, back door. Winslow fanned on it. Just poked it wide of the net. Nazareth with it again. Cross ice to Ford. Back to the blue line. Winslow. Nazareth near side. Now we're set up. Winslow racing in. His shot blocked into the netting. And back to 5-on-5 here. Finally got some good looks on that power play, but it was after the bulk of it was over. And with 1:42 left, we're back to 5-on-5 for the remainder of the period, you'd think.
Yeah, Winslow with the best two looks. The first one coming as he was in the high slot, received it perfectly. It was an excellent passing play along the boards, back down low, get it out to him with plenty of space, just couldn't handle it. And then, of course, that backdoor opportunity. If he could have just gotten a better angle on it, it'd be 1-0.
Witherspoon wins the draw back to Yevdokimov. Now Favaro at the blue line is going to get it down low, but beyond Witherspoon and over to the far side. Gallagher tied up by Raleigh. Municello to the blue line where it's kept by Paralot. Sends it over to the near side. This unit forechecks like no other. Off the wall, Paralot, another shot, tipped wide. Yevdokimov was camped in front of Rodebush. Off the wall and out of play.
Yeah, the forecheck's been really impressive from this line. And even better has been the rotations back. Whenever they get too aggressive, they've done an excellent job cycling back, making sure Boyko's not facing any 2-on-1s, 1-on-nones. It's been an excellent job in total from that forecheck. Of course, half of it is trying to get the turnover in the offensive zone. The other half is if you don't, you have to make sure you're strong on defense and rotating back.
Winslow wins the faceoff back to Nazareth. Shot from the blue line from Allison. Poked up into the air by Rodebush. Winslow forces it back to the blue line. Allison, cup one-timer, tipped in front. And again, it's out of play. Gotta like the way the Mayhem have played here in this first period.
Yeah, it seems like it's been all Macon Mayhem, very dominated for the men in baby blue, but it's been tough to come by any goals with Rodebush being so strong in between the pipes. It's very rare that you feel like one team has really dominated 19 minutes as the Mayhem have and are not walking away, at least right now, with a winning period.
At home this season, the Mayhem are -6 in the first period, but they're +8 in the second. As Ybarra sends it out in front for Nazareth. Ybarra takes it to the corner, overskated the puck just barely. He's taken down there by Lindbergh. Widmar up the far side. Can't get around to Allison. Cup there to take the angle away. Ford had it batted out of the air by Jarrett Cup, and now Nazareth looking to get out of the zone. He's going to bank it off the wall for Ybarra, who has one man to beat. He's going to take a turn and buy some time and space as his line mates were changing. Now you've got Goldowski, Kelly, and Witherspoon on for a shift together in the final seconds of the period. Maynard across to Witherspoon. Now Kelly up the ice. Witherspoon in on the backhand. Witherspoon backhands it. Ronabush was way out of his crease to try to make a play, and Witherspoon just missed the net. I think they're going to put a couple seconds back on the clock here as this puck went out of play. I think they're going to send Boyko to the bench here to get the extra attacker out if this faceoff stays in the zone. And that is absolutely the case. So it'll be 6-on-5 here.
Yeah, official clock says just under a second, so it'll have to be a face-off win and a quick shot. That's a very dangerous play from Ronabush.
You might have to shoot it right off the draw if you're Winslow. They're going to stack everybody on the near side. Witherspoon pointing at Monikov where to go, and that'll do it. Monikov was the shooter there. Winslow couldn't get it to him in time. And that'll do it for the first. A good period for the Macon Mayhem. But it ends with a score the same way it began, still 0-0 between the Rail Yard Dawgs and the Macon Mayhem. Thoughts on that period, Joe?
I thought it was a really well-played period by the Mayhem, and for them it feels unfortunate, not undeserved, that they are going into this period, this intermission, tied at 0. They really feel like they had an opportunity or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 to add that first goal of the game. It was a well-played period from Macon, but just couldn't break through.
We'll recap it for you when we come back after this on Flow Hockey and the Mayhem Radio Network. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Well, hi, I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stopped by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stopped by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. And Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action, and don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey raffle. Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity. Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem. We're back here in Macon, Georgia, where the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs and Macon Mayhem are tied at 0 after one period of play. And between you and me, Joe, it feels like it shouldn't be that way. It definitely could be a Mayhem lead at this point in time.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes very evenly played, but as soon as that first power play came in, everything shifted. The momentum, the goal-scoring opportunities, it all rested with the Macon Mayhem, and it felt like, honestly, it could be a 3-4-0 game with the opportunities that the Mayhem had. 15 shots on goal. Felt like a couple of those could have snuck by.
Yeah, shots on goal 15-6 after one period of play. It has been all Mayhem since about the 15-minute mark of the period. The last 15 minutes of the period were very, very rough for the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs. But that being said, the bright spot for them, Austin Rodebush, has kept them in this game.
Yeah, Rodebush hasn't looked perfect, but he's done enough to keep the puck out of the net, gotten a couple lucky bounces, and you're not a goalie if you don't get those. So he's done an excellent job staying put in the net when he's had to come out. He's done a good job of stick checking, poking it to the corner. But so far, the man for the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs, that goaltender that is well known for his expertise in between the pipes, of course, mentioned 100 wins now in the SPHL, has done his job so far.
Yeah, and he has been the workhorse for them this season. He's got 22 wins on the year, 22-9-3, 22 of the 24 wins for the Rail Yard Dawgs this year. So just unbelievable numbers for him. And that being said, I mean, this is a guy that has been able to steal you a game in the SPHL for a long time. Tonight could be no different, but the Macon Mayhem, now the job for them is you have to counter that. You have to prevent that from happening. How do you finally get one on the board? You've already had 2 power play opportunities, and that hasn't done you any good.
Yeah, you feel like you really just have to keep it up. You don't really feel like you have to make too many changes. Just keep the pressure on, do as well as you have been, and trust that Rodebush, who's looked a little off. You don't think 15 saves on 15 shots is a little off, but just hasn't been exactly there all of today. You feel like you can beat him once, twice, thrice, and as mentioned, that 3-goal number, the important one for the Mayhem.
We'll see if that happens as this game comes to a conclusion. You mentioned it. The power play was good looking for the first unit. Then the second time the power play came out, not so much. And you got to be able to beat this team 5-on-5. The Mayhem got some good looks at 5-on-5, and honestly, it started right off the bat. But the difference between the first 5 minutes and the last 15 was that the Rail Yard Dawgs got chances to counter the Mayhem in the first 5 minutes of the period. They did not in the last 15 minutes of the period. So they expect a pushback from Roanoke at some point in time. If there's one thing you know about this Roanoke team, it's that Dan Brenner and company are not going to let them lay down and die.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with how the Mayhem have rotated, brought that up during the first period. I think if you're the Rail Yard Dawgs, you could go look for those stretch passes, try and break that forecheck, get those 2-on-1s that you've so excellently converted on throughout the season. I would love to see them be a little bit more aggressive, but the Mayhem right now had to be pretty content where they're at, while the Rail Yard Dawgs are the ones that have some work to do.
Some work to do for both teams as nobody's on the score sheet yet. And we'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll take a look around the SPHL here on a Friday night that all 10 teams are in action. We'll be back after this on Flow Hockey and the Mayhem Radio Network. Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity. Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Well, hi, I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stopped by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stopped by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. And Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action, and don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey raffle.
Are you thinking about starting a new career? The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC.
We're We're back here in Macon, Georgia, where it's time for our look around the SPHL. 5 games, that means all teams are in action tonight, and only 2 of them are going on right now. Of course, the Mayhem and the Rail Yard Dawgs are tied at 0 after 1 period of play. Also, after 1 period of play, the Fayetteville Marksmen are at home against the Birmingham Bulls. They're up 1-0, the home team, thanks to a power play goal from former Mayhem forward Trent Grimshaw. So he's helping out his former team a little bit there against a team that the Mayhem are chasing in the standings. Birmingham is 5 points ahead of the Mayhem, currently in 6th place in the SPHL, and the Mayhem 5 points behind in 8th place. So definitely the Mayhem cheering for their quote-unquote brother franchise tonight in that series against the Bulls. In about, actually any minute now, should be starting. Knoxville is in Huntsville taking on the Havoc. The Ice Flyers will be hosting the Evansville Thunderbolts. That's another game that the Mayhem will definitely have their eyes on, as they are directly behind the Thunderbolts. As you mentioned in the pregame, Joe, just 2 points behind Evansville, and Pensacola only 3 points behind Macon. So that's a pick your poison there. You really don't want either of them to win, but somebody's got to take the points in that one. And Quad City is in Peoria. That game will be getting started in about 10 minutes. So, Joe, let's break it down for everybody down the rest of the stretch. The Mayhem really need to be rooting for the top teams in the SPHL to keep winning, of course, except for when they play the Mayhem. And then the teams that are in that 6 through 10 range, you're pretty much rooting for them to lose every time they take the ice.
Yeah, you don't want to rule it out, but it feels like first and second in the standings are kind of out of contention. So you want those teams 1, 2, 3 to knock off the lower seeds so that it helps your case. You never want to be chased down from behind. You never want that pressure. So if you can have the top teams work and help you out, knock down those lower teams a peg, and you can win your games against them and evenly match competition that sit 1, 2, 3 seeds above you, you really feel strong as you head into postseason play. And as mentioned, those middle seeds getting up to that 3rd or 4th seed really coveted this year with some of the teams that have been dominating.
Yeah, that being said, it's going to be tough for the Mayhem as they're scheduled down the rest of the stretch. I mean, starting with this game, you've got 2 against Roanoke, and you play Roanoke after that 5 more times. Start counting tonight, you have 7 games left in this regular season against Roanoke, 7 of your 16 remaining. After tonight, it'll be 6 of 16 against Roanoke. You've also got a handful against Fayetteville. You've got a handful against Huntsville. You've got Birmingham, Knoxville mixed in there. It's going to be a tough stretch for the Mayhem down to the wire of the regular season, but you really need those teams like Evansville, like Birmingham, to lose pretty much every time they take the ice if you're the Mayhem. And Quad City, you can mix them in there as well. You just need all the help you can get.
Yeah, it comes down to the fact that it's hard to win. It's hard to win games. You can play great like you've seen today, but sometimes it's hard to get on the scoreboard and finish a game out. So just like every team in history, in the history of the SPHL, you need some help from other teams to knock down some competition and help prop you up, and that's definitely what they're looking forward to. And in terms of playing Roanoke that many times, you almost start to feel like if you can pull this one out, you've got all the heat under them, not you anymore. You won the last matchup. You've played well so far in this one. If you can pull it out, you start to feel that bit of a hot streak, and half the game of hockey is mental. You feel like you can start to have their number, and that allows you to play better when you don't have that on your back.
Only got a 1-point cushion over 9th place Quad City, so you could see the Mayhem fall out of a playoff spot as early as by the end of tonight. That's just how tight the playoff race is in the SPHL. We'll see how it goes. It should be a fun race down the rest of the stretch in the regular season as we head towards April. But we'll take another break, one last one, before we come back in just a few moments' time with the second period of this scoreless game here in Macon.
Starting a new career, the Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC.
One team. Join the celebration as Minuteman Press Macon proudly celebrates 35 plus years of serving Middle Georgia with top quality print media. Minuteman Press Macon is a full-service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products? No problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Macon.
Wesleyan College is a proud sponsor of the Macon Mayhem. A leader in accelerating equality for women since 1836, Wesleyan College prides itself on providing young women with a platform to develop as students, professionals, and emerging leaders in the Middle Georgia community and beyond. Through the power of a liberal arts education, Wesleyan prepares its graduates to make a positive impact not only on the community around them, but around the globe. Join the pack. Apply now at www.wesleyancollege.edu/admission.
We are back here in Macon where the fans are going nuts for the quiet loud cam here at the Macon Coliseum. It is a scoreless game through one period. And it looks like Mateo Ybarra, who started as the extra forward, is going to get mixed in here to start the period with Dan Winslow and Justin Kelly. Mayhem had the majority of chances in that first period, and it provided no fruits for their labor as Austin Rodebush stopped all 15 shots he saw. Mateo Ybarra with a good stick check. Kelly kept the line there, enabling Ybarra to get it back to Allison, and Winslow tips the puck into the zone. Winslow skates into open ice. He's going to send it down low. Ybarra chopped at it in midair. Kelly finishes his check on Pepe. Drop pass picked up there by Jansen. Jansen into the zone. He's looking for a man. Ford on the far side in the corner, fanned on his pass. Maybe caught a wet spot. Kelly couldn't get the puck out of the zone. Ford with it again. His shot blocked by Cup. And this one's off the stanchion, an odd bounce past Roach. And Billy Roach with it in his own end. Mac Jansen gets it into the zone. Harley had it taken away from him by Schnapp. Nazareth all the way into the zone. Nazareth between his legs, taken to the wall by Roach. Dropped it back for Schnapp, up to the point for Maynard. He walks it to the half wall, now all the way to the corner. Moves it behind the net. Schnapp with a stick lift. Moving in here is Ford. He's bumped off the puck. Maynard reverses it all the way back around the half wall. Schnapp jumping into the play. Chopping at the puck, but eventually it makes its way over to Corey Doney. Maynard stepping in, trying to break up the play. This is going to be iced by Roanoke.
And some good pressure here from the Mayhem early. Obviously a bit of a different approach than the first period where there was opportunities left and right. This time a more controlled start to this period, and it's been so far an excellent one. There's been one shot that was blocked down for the Rail Yard Dawgs. Otherwise, it seems like the Mayhem have been in the offensive zone.
The Mayhem unable to win the O-Zone draw. They're back with the puck here. Witherspoon had it taken away from him. Harley lost it though to Jake Maynard. Witherspoon, stretch pass just barely gets Hayden Ford, who's given a rough ride by Municello. Near side Harley, his shot off the outside of the net of Boyko. Witherspoon taking another spill. Yevdokimov out of Raleigh's reach and over to get it, the Rail Yard Dawgs. Maynard plays it down to the ice, takes a turn, up into the air, swatted out, and brought in by Witherspoon. Witherspoon down to his knees, sends it behind the net, nobody there. Kelly giving chase. Paralot loses it. Gallagher with some speed. Sticked away well by Favaro. Paralot back to the puck in the corner. Lindbergh keeps it the blue line. His pass out of the zone though. Alvo was set up on the wrong side of the blue line. Lindbergh will skate forward with it now. Nick Favaro with a puck chop. This one's going to roll in towards Boyko. Winslow and Favaro not on the same page. Favaro shoved down there at the circles. Kelly chops at the puck, and now Monakov looking to spring someone free. Winslow back to Monakov into the zone. Monakov to Winslow, and the slap backhand save, Rodebush. Kept at the wall there by the Mayhem. That shot blocked in front by Kelly inadvertently. Paralot walking it down the wall.
Another good opportunity for the Mayhem as they go strong with the forecheck. A really good chance Rodebush stays strong.
Brendan Stanko, his shot wide. Boyko was moving the wrong direction there. Don't know if he didn't see that one the right way off the stick or what, but he was moving to his right. Oh, what a pass! It found its way to Stanko. Great setup by Jacob Kelly, and Stanko just missed the mark. That was a great saucer pass.
Yeah, perfect spot right in that paint. Boyko, only chance was to stay back. Lucky that that one was whiffed and popped over.
Up the ice, into the zone, cross ice, deflected by Schnapp, out of play. Into the seats in section 105.
So the Mayhem had a lot of the momentum at the start of the period. Since then, the Rail Yard Dawgs have pressured Boyko, and it capitalized with that pass back door. Now they get an offensive zone draw, and you start to feel like you're losing momentum if you're a Mayhem fan.
Roach sends it down low. Loosen the skates of Widmar. And Roach will skate it around, send it out in front. Maynard swats it away. Excuse me, that's Goldowski. Cup sends it into the mouth of Goldowski. He's going to take a spill. Cup with some friendly fire on Jake Goldowski, and the trainer being waved for. That is not a good sign. Immediately, Keith Kling being waved out. Just a clearance attempt for Jarrett Cup, and it caught Goldowski up high.
Yeah, you hate to see it. Of course, during clear attempts, you're trying to sky it as far as you can while keeping it from icing so it can head up right under that mask and hit you in the nose or mouth. Hope he's okay.
It was definitely up high in the facial area. Hopefully he can just get patched up and go back out there, but
and there's no good spot to hit in that area.
Not at all.
You hope it avoids the eyes first and foremost.
Yeah, for sure.
It's tough to get that angle, but that can be when it's most dangerous.
I mean, from the angle that Cup lifted the puck, it's definitely possible, unfortunately.
Yeah, when you're trying to sky it out to center ice and clear the zone, it's certainly that angle. You're almost going up at 90 degrees. It looks like towel on mouth and nose. As he'll skate off under his own power.
And under his own power is big because he can see where he's going. Man, and that's just unfortunate to see. His former teammate, Austin Rodebush, is going to head over and give him a stick tap on his way to the locker room. Goldowski, a former Rail Yard Dawg, of course.
Yeah, good to see that. Good sportsmanship from everyone.
And just a really unfortunate sign for the Mayhem because Goldowski was slated to play in his 100th Mayhem game tomorrow, 100th game with the Mayhem. And hopefully he's still able to do so, but that is a tough look for the Mayhem. So now Ybarra and Monakov, who had been exchanging shifts, it looks like Monakov will be back with Nazareth and Schnapp, and Ybarra will be on the Winslow and Kelly line pretty consistently.
Yeah, and it changes the dynamic of this game for any Mayhem player. Winslow might have had the best chances, but Goldowski might have been playing the best, especially with his ability on the forecheck.
Yeah, especially on the walls as well. He was winning nearly every puck battle, especially in the first period. That's a big loss. As Cup's shot was blocked out in front, he's going to send it down the wall looking for Ybarra. Widmar to the red line. See if you never want to say it, but the Rail Yard Dawgs could potentially use this to their advantage. This is a big loss for the Mayhem. Try to see if they can swing it in their direction. Widmar behind the net. He's going to take it to the corner. And in loose ice, Ybarra sends it to the red line. Kelly on the forecheck on Pepe. Winslow heads off. Raleigh and Yevdokimov soon to join. And Boyko will cover, allowing the Mayhem to get that full line change. And we'll take a break here, 14-19 left, still scoreless here in Macon. Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
D-zone draw coming up for the Macon Mayhem. It'll be Raleigh, Yevdokimov, Witherspoon, Ford, and Maynard. Whereas the O'Kane, Gallagher, and Municello line will go out for the Rail Yard Dawgs. The defensemen will be Alvo and Pepe. Yevdokimov with a takeaway at center ice. Yevdokimov in on the backhand. Yevdokimov, he scores! What a solo effort by Yaroslav Yevdokimov, and the Mayhem are on the board. And behind the play, Steven Alvo took a puck off his face. He was down that entire play. That's what created the chance for Yevdokimov. Rodebush couldn't seal the post, and he's being attended to here.
Yeah, let's go from that play start to finish. It was an attempt to glove it down, and that's what popped it into the face of the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawg. Luckily, should be, don't want to speculate, but a bit better than Goldowski.
Yeah,
He took it right off
you would
the stick.
think, right?
This one's likely just shaken up, hopefully all right. That created, of course, a 5-on-4, but it never developed as skating in quickly.
Yeah, didn't need it.
A great job to keep the edge as holding it on the back end of the stick, keeping it away from Rodebush, making sure he couldn't poke check it out. An excellent job to hold it all the way across the crease and tuck it in the backside.
Yeah, it looked like on a second watch, it looked like Alvo just misplayed the puck up in the air, and it just came down and hit him in the face. The fortuitous bounce went straight to Yevdokimov.
Yeah, he was trying to swat it back towards the blue line, as we've seen the Rail Yard Dawgs do a couple times, and he just whiffed, and it seemed like it made contact with his glove before popping back up into his face. Hopefully he's okay. And that created essentially a one-on-none opportunity, as skating in quickly, the Mayhem able to pick the puck up and attack the net. Two defenders back for the Rail Yard Dawgs. Neither could collapse in time. And again, just another credit for keeping the edge there. That is a tough play to make, holding onto that puck so long to make sure you have Rodebush out of position. And great play.
That's a true power forwards play right there. Using your body to shield the puck all the way in, going from the backhand to the forehand to the backhand, getting the finish, getting the goalie out of the position, just finishing the play. Beautiful move by Yevdokimov all the way in, and it's his fourth goal with the Mayhem. He's now up to 11 points in just 9 games. He has been unreal since joining the squad.
Yeah, and an unreal goal, and again, just strong throughout, using the body and then just the ankle strength to stay up and finish that one off.
Yevdokimov, that was Paralot. He had rotated in for Yevdokimov where you'd have thought Yevdokimov should have been. Paralot had a one-timer from Witherspoon. Just couldn't get good wood on it. Yevdokimov took a tough hit there. Ybarra takes a spill. He collided with Pepe.
Yeah, and a little bit more chippiness now that the Mayhem have broken it open.
And both teams have lost guys due to pucks to the face in the second period. This was a very physical game last time out, keep in mind. You had the Andre Simonchik fight as Nazareth tried to work his way all the way in. Simonchik waived by the Mayhem yesterday. But Simonchik stood up for Taui Shizuka, who took a tough hit at center ice.
6 seconds remaining in the second period.
And Simonchik went out there for his only shift of the game and dropped the gloves immediately. Is now a chance for the Rail Yard Dawgs, and it's off the post. Boyko was beaten on the back door. It looked like it was Jansen with the opportunity, and he couldn't finish. As that shot gloved by Boyko, he gets back into the swing of things with a save there.
And that's a good glove save, as that one was bouncing, came in at a weird angle. And I think that when that one went off the post, Boyko might have just gotten a skate on it to kick it to the outside
Just
of the
barely,
post.
if so. That was a...
And it is a huge save if so, because that one was destined for the inside of the post and in the net if he didn't get that slight deflection.
So keep yours down by visiting the fan
12:15 left to go in the second. The Mayhem have a 1-0 lead thanks to Yaroslav Yevdokimov's 4th of the season. An unassisted goal officially. Probably the right way that one should go down. As that one is taken out to the front of the net by Roach, and Municello has his helmet ripped off. Favaro in the scrum there. Temper starting to flare here in the second period.
Yeah, that one tried to be stuffed on the wraparound, and of course, trying to fight for it. Municello, Mayhem took exception, and that might lead to a penalty for ripping off the helmet. But
whenever you got a shorter goaltender like Boyko, 5'10", you're going to have the wraparound chances more often than not, or more often than otherwise, because there's just less pad there.
Yeah, you can't get the skate on the post as easily.
Fast, yeah.
And now it looks like we'll have 5-on-5, but the reason I thought it might be less is Municello's, the way his helmet ripped off actually seems to have broken it.
Yeah, he needs a new bucket.
Seems like the same one's being put back on, but maybe the screws tightened a little bit on that visor.
Municello out there with Brendan Stanko and Carson Gallagher now. O'Kane was centering this line for a moment in time as that shot blocked out in front. Witherspoon got it to Yevdokimov. Great backhanded clear by Yaroslav.
That was a dangerous pass right in that high slot.
Yeah, to Yevdokimov.
Just get it out of there. Get rid of the danger.
This line has so much chemistry, though. From the second that Yaroslav got here, they immediately put him with Raleigh, and Witherspoon just ended up being the third guy, and they clicked automatically.
Yeah, they've had great chemistry, and now maybe a little less so as that one was fired into the Mayhem bench, and Birkin not too happy about it, giving a couple shrugs, as he actually had to glove that one away from him. And that's why we have a face-off at center ice.
As anyone who's been on a hockey bench before knows, those pucks into the bench are never fun. It's not like a foul ball into the dugout where you can, just wear it sometimes. That puck will hurt every time.
There's nothing more scary as a broadcaster than
being
in between
Here
the
comes Ybarra into the zone, and his shot wide. No, 100% though. Those pucks out of play or into the bench are that's simply put, that is a life-altering event waiting to happen.
Good to see Birkin on his toes after two players going down after being hit by pucks.
Yeah, he's not wanting to join Goldie there in the locker room.
Front of mind now instead of back of mind.
Paralot sends it on to Rodebush. He kept it moving. Nazareth let up a little bit. And eventually they do blow the whistle. I think Rodebush wanted to keep that puck, keep it in the flow of play.
Both these goalies very aggressive. You've seen Boyko come out and play the puck a couple of times. Rodebush at the end of the first period came way out and even took out his own defender there. Really wanted to be aggressive, keep the offense moving, catch the Mayhem sleeping. Instead had to fall right back on it, and a little lucky as it was poked free at the very end, but a quick whistle on the cover-up.
Pepe up the wall to Jansen. Glassing out, loose puck to Schnapp in the neutral zone. He'll slingshot it ahead for Witherspoon. Loose puck gloved down here by Kelly. Bit of a line mix-up here for the Mayhem. Up 1-0. Not afraid to tinker with the forward combinations, it appears.
Yeah, lots of new faces want to find out what works. Mentioned that'd be a big part of this game. With a 1-goal lead, still want to find out what exactly the key is to extending it.
Yevdokimov in on the forecheck. Pepe with the puck. Rodebush came up to the top of his crease. Effective Yevdokimov's path, and now Allison skates it in. Raleigh races into the play. Yevdokimov is there to take it away. He's going to send it to Raleigh. Back to Yevdokimov. Was looking for Maynard, but instead he and Cup will have to get back. That's another mix-up. Maynard started the game with Ford. Maybe a partial change there, as I know that Maynard came onto the ice for Parker Allison. This is iced. Bit of a quiet whistle, but a whistle nonetheless. And we're just under the midway point of regulation. It's 1-0 Mayhem thanks to Yaroslav Yevdokimov. We'll take a break and be back after this.
The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC. One team.
Wesley?
Hey, want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Back to action here at the Macon Coliseum. Face-off win for Stanko. Lindbergh's shot blocked there. And now the Mayhem looking for a quick counterattack. Raleigh didn't see Yevdokimov or didn't like the option he had. Maynard was in with Raleigh and Yevdokimov in a 3-on-2. Gallagher trying to get around Ford. Looks like the new line for the Mayhem is Yevdokimov, Raleigh, and Winslow. As Lindbergh's shot is wide, Raleigh races over to make a play. Ford loses a puck battle to Municello. Lindbergh was tapping Ford in the slot. Excuse me, that's Stanko. Maynard lost it. Good stick there from Winslow to get the puck out of the zone entirely. And Yevdokimov with a takeaway. Winslow dodges a hit and lost the puck. Otherwise, he could have had a 2-on-1 with Raleigh. This is down the ice and icing. Good win by Hayden Ford. And a tired Roanoke group will have to stay on the ice.
This season, the Mayhem will wear 12 different specialty jerseys.
Good chance there for Roanoke as they look to respond. Just better placement from the Mayhem. An excellent job by Winslow to sink into that slot, knowing that's going to be the high traffic area. Uses this body to block out the oncoming Rail Yard Dog, and then use the stick to kick it out. Good job there from the Mayhem on what could have been an excellent possession from Roanoke.
Good face-off win. Witherspoon face-off play. Ybarra the shot. One-timer, Witherspoon, save made, and Ybarra couldn't get to the rebound. Rodebush sticked it away. Good shift here for Ybarra, Nazareth, and Witherspoon. Lindbergh looking for open ice. Favara's going to get here and win another icing call for the Mayhem. So again, a tired Roanoke group will have to stay on the ice.
And if you're the Mayhem, you love that icing because what you just saw in the last face-off, an excellent opportunity. A couple, as Rodebush sticking it away, killed off the momentum, but now a chance and try and do the same thing or at least develop a similar play again.
Can't win this draw, though. Actually, we'll do it over again.
That time it looked like the Mayhem were trying to tie up and collapse on the dot and win it back, as coming on strong was Nazareth.
New face-off guy for the Rail Yard Dawgs is Jacob Kelly. Goldowski has returned from the locker room. Looks like he's ready to come back onto the ice at the next stoppage. You can see him off in the distance beyond that corner door. Witherspoon, a no-look pass to open ice. Favaro is there. Favaro across the blue line, drop pass. He's got a man, it's Nazareth. Paralot steps in and sends it down low for Favaro. Favaro taken to the wall, had his stick tied up. Ybarra charges in on Smunt. To the blue line, no further. That one goes wide of Rodebush. Ahead, Smunt in a one-on-one with Favaro. And now numbers back for the Mayhem. Oh, a chance in front. Oh, Boyko off balance, made the stop with the glove.
That play opens up when Nazareth leaves his man, empties out the back door, an excellent pass across for the Rail Yard Dawgs. But Boyko looks like he got the leg on it. As it popped up, he was able to glove it down. So not only the first save, but covers up what could have potentially been a very juicy rebound. He stays strong in net and is matching his partner across the way step for step, and even better so.
Shots on goal have been a little bit better for Roanoke in this period, as Schnapp nearly had a 2-on-1 with Justin Kelly. Allison back to get it here. Goldowski did return to the Mayhem bench at that stoppage, so we'll see when and how he mixes back into the forward group. Haven't seen much of Alexei Monikov in this second period.
It seems almost like Ibarra and him have switched places as that 10th forward, as these lines have switched up.
Winslow nearly able to win a puck battle against Widmar. Now he does work it along behind the net to Justin Kelly. Winslow had it hop away from him. Cup rotates over. Maynard races to keep the line. Off the wall for Kelly. Up to the blue line. Winslow, his shot, block it away. And Cup keeps possession here. Sends it down low. There is Monikov. Using the body, Monikov in there with Kelly, trying to keep the puck in the Mayhem's possession. Goldowski in there here.
Mayhem have to be careful. They pinch 3 down.
Goldowski sends a shot into the body of a defenseman. Monikov trying to stuff it in on the back door. Off the glass, kept in at the blue line. Extended ozone time here for the Mayhem, and a glove stop from Rodebush will keep that ozone time moving.
Smart play there from Rodebush to not drop it, as another smart play from Monikov to come on and make sure he couldn't keep that one going, as Rodebush so loves to do. Mayhem, a lot of pressure here. The shots coming in haven't exactly been clean. They'll look to see if they can settle in and try and get some movement here as players walk down from the blue line.
So there you had Nazareth, Goldowski, and Monikov. Nazareth's going to take it away here. His shot easily gloved by Rodebush yet again. Approaching the 5-minute remaining mark of the second period, still 1-0 Macon, thanks to the Yaroslav Yevdokimov goal at 5:54 of the second period. Only marker in this one so far.
And what an excellent goal it was, as the Mayhem looked to add on another. As yet, they'll make another whole line change, bring on new faces and fresh legs.
Witherspoon won the face-off, but Municello got to the puck first. Gallagher back to Municello. His shot blocked wide by Favaro. Yevdokimov steps in, sends it to the slot. Stanko wristed it wide. That was a slingshot chance that never got on goal. Boyko trying to block her out, and the loose puck out in front. Gallagher couldn't settle it. Pepe at the blue line. His shot blocked in front by Witherspoon. Paralot off the wall, back to Pepe at the blue line. Well wide of Boyko there. Raleigh racing over. That shot off the body of Municello. Comes back to the ice. Yevdokimov had no idea where it was. And Rodebush way out of his crease. Luckily for him, not able to be burned. Now a 3-on-2 for the Rail Yard Dawgs. Here's a chance. Save Boyko, and he gloves it down. Puck still moving here. Raleigh behind the net. Gallagher takes it back for the Rail Yard Dawgs. To the slot. That one's blocked away. Stanko's going to race after it. Under 5 to play in the period here. Between the legs pass to the slot is sticked away by the Rail Yard Dawgs. And a save from Boyko on the blue line shot from Roach.
Utter chaos in that possession as the Rail Yard Dawgs almost capitalized. Dangerous as Boyko finally able to get a breather.
And we will too, as there's under 5 left in the second here. Still 1-0 Mayhem on Flow Hockey on the Mayhem Radio Network. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
We are back here in Macon as the teams take their places for the D-zone draw for the Mayhem. Josh Boyko has been great so far in this one, stopping everything he's seen, but the Mayhem have played great in front of him as well. He's only had to stop 14 shots thus far, some of them more difficult than others, Joe.
Yeah, as that last series, a tough one, as a couple great opportunities. He's just been excellent at limiting the rebounds. The puck has popped up a couple times, but he's done an excellent job of getting it in the corner and out of danger.
Ybarra racing in, finishes a check on Roach, who ends up icing it to avoid the hit from Ybarra. And he didn't avoid the hit and he iced it. So a lose-lose play for the Rail Yard Dawgs as an O-zone draw coming up for the Mayhem.
And as you mentioned, Boyko 14 of 14 on saves and shots. I want to bring up, I've been here a couple times, Graham. I don't think I've seen the Mayhem have 22 shots through 35 minutes. It's been a very successful night.
It's a different team from this point earlier in the season. It's definitely a changed roster. The personnel is different. The way that they're playing is more inspired. It's definitely a noticeably different team from the one that they had on the ice in November and December.
And not only are the 22 shots a large number, it feels like a good portion of them are grade A chances. That's been what's really stood out tonight.
Ybarra hounding Kelly on the back check, and Allison will send it up into the air and out of the zone. Lindbergh back to get it for the Rail Yard Dawgs. He's going to fire it up the ice to Hunter Godmere. Monikov taken down. No call this time. Thought Monikov was going to draw his second penalty of the night. Third, excuse me. He drew both of the first two. And Nazareth able to spring it to Kelly. Kelly to Monikov on the near side. Monikov spinning pass to Kelly off of his blade and into the wall. Nazareth lost the puck there. Monikov couldn't bat it down in the zone, and Maynard will fire it in from the red line. Goldowski charges in, keeping the zone. The Mayhem just barely. Raleigh made the play there. Sent to the slot. Raleigh wasn't there. This is not icing. It was fired out, and Boyko waves Hayden Ford back to him. He'll send it ahead to Maynard. Now here is Goldowski. Goldowski was looking for Raleigh. And now here comes Jansen. Jansen with some speed. Jansen, his shot blocked away by the stick of Ford, who lost his stick in the process. Jansen shoved down by Ford, and Ford gets a rough shove in the corner as well. Now Goldowski with some speed. Goldowski, a little stick handle, sends it on net, and Rodebush will cover it with the blocker. 2:39 to go in the second. I said it in the pregame, Joe, off air. We very well may have a goaltender duel tonight. That's exactly what it's turned into. You have two of the best goaltenders in the league. One guy that is well known and one guy that is maybe a little bit underrated in Josh Boyko. And Rodebush, obviously third most wins in SPHL history, but these two guys are at the top of their game this season, and when they're at their top, it's hard to stop them.
Yeah, it's been a matchup for the ages tonight. And really, we mentioned the grade A chances. That's how you know it's been excellent goalkeeping today, is because it feels like both teams have had 5-6 opportunities that were really, really class, that you score 80-75% of the time, and instead only one goal on the board.
Good puck handling from Parker Allison enables him to get it all the way into the zone. Witherspoon up the wall to Yevdokimov, back down to Witherspoon. Good puck control here by the Mayhem. Nazareth behind the net. He'll take it on the backhand. Tight turn on Lindbergh. Nazareth had it knocked away from him by O'Kane. Stick lifted. Still got it to Witherspoon. And this one's into the netting and out of play. Under 2 to play. Left in the second. And back onto the ice with a cage is Steven Alvo, the defenseman who took the puck to the face on Yevdokimov's goal. So, unlike Goldowski, he has to get a little bit of an equipment repair in order to be able to come back to the ice. It's like we're watching college club hockey all over again, Joe. Very familiar in this part of the country.
Yeah, well, it certainly started with the door on the visitors' bench not exactly closing or working well, and we've seen
that's as club as it gets.
And we've seen a couple other signs as the cage comes in. Obviously, don't want to hit that area that you just got touched up. So smart decision. Although we'll get some cheers in the terms of the looks department.
Not exactly sty, as they would say it, but
as the kids say,
if it enables you to get back in the game, what does it really matter? And a good tip in front there from Roanoke. Alvo's a body that they really need to be able to be on the ice. He's got 28 points in 34 games this season for the Rail Yard Dawgs. So good to see him back in the fray for Roanoke.
Yeah, that job he does getting it to his men up front as a defender is...
Oh, a good stick check from Paralot. Monikov has a chance at a breakaway. Only Doney to beat, and Doney with a good stick check.
Good job to throw that stick out and put it back to center ice.
Shot wide. Here comes Nick Favaro. He lost it. Goldowski had it taken away from him by Kelly, and he's got to get in on the back check. Ford, patient, shot it off the outside of the net, and Boyko had to be careful with his arm not to let it deflect off of him and in. Great block there by Ybarra. And the rebound came all the way down to Rodebush. Ybarra wanted a breakaway chance there. He wasn't going to get it. The rebound just a bit too hot off of his own shin pads. Winslow finishes a check there. And now Kelly into the zone. Ford looking for a lane, sent it to Ybarra, and he deflects the puck to the inboards. Under 10 seconds to go. Pepe at the blue line. Great stick block from Winslow. And he finishes a check on Kelly, and Ford will let time wind down on the period. A great period all the way around for both teams, but the lone marker comes on a broken play. Yaroslav Yevdokimov finishes a play on a breakaway, uses his body to shield the puck away from the defense, and Rodebush finishes it on an unassisted goal to make it 1-0 Macon after 2 periods. This has been a goaltender's duel, plain and simple, and Josh Boyko's had the upper hand so far.
Yeah, Boyko has faced less opportunities, but great chances for the Rail Yard Dawgs, and he stood strong the whole way. He's been impressive. As mentioned, you need 3 or 4 if you want to be comfortable for Mayhem, but right now you would just like an insurance goal, and how Boyko's playing, you feel like that might be enough.
It definitely may. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll recap that period for you here on Flow Hockey. It's 1-0 Mayhem through 2. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Well, hi, I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stopped by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stopped by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action, and don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey raffle. Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity. Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Well, hi, I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stopped by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stopped by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
We are back to start the second intermission report here in Macon. It's 1-0 Mayhem over the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs after 40 minutes of play. I'm Graham Tuck with Joe Kopshow here on the Mayhem Radio Network and Flow Hockey. Joe, it's been a goalie duel. There's no other way to say it. And the Mayhem continue to have the better chances in this one. The Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs bounced back in that second period a little bit, but they continued to not have the upper hand on things. Josh Boyko looked good, but it definitely still felt like Rodebush had the tougher of the tests between the two goalies.
Yeah, I mean, 37 total shots, 36 of them have been stopped. The one that didn't, you could argue, was a one-on-none. It was Rodebush alone left standing, and he couldn't stand up to the task that time. But it feels like any time there is not a perfect chance that these goalies are going to make the saves, so far Boyko hasn't really had an opportunity where he's needed to stand up, be the only man left. He's had some help from his defense. He's made some wonderful saves. Rodebush the same, but it feels like you have to not get a grade A opportunity, but get a grade A plus opportunity if you want to score in this one. Right now, the Mayhem have had those chances, an even or more even second period in terms of shot totals, but they did have that perfect chance and they were able to capitalize.
Yeah, absolutely. And that chance, honestly, when it came to fruition, it started out as a one-on-one. That chance becomes a grade A because of Yaroslav Yevdokimov's ability to shield the puck with his body. I mean, that's just unreal body control and puck control. He just weaved in and out of the defender and knocked Rodebush off balance without making contact with him at all. He just used the puck and his body to shift him out of position and just found a wide open back door. That's the kind of play that you dream of when you're playing in the backyard.
Yeah, no, certainly that will be somewhere on a coach's tutorial highlight. Some coach will find that, tell his 8th grader, hey, if you can do this, you're going to be one of the best players in the world one day. An excellent job to use the body. And as you mentioned, the most impressive thing to me is not crashing into Rodebush. That is such an easy way to lose your edge, go crashing into the goal, and lose your opportunity. An excellent job to avoid that part while having that unique combination of speed and physicality to even pull it off. It was an excellent goal, and it came from controlled chaos. We saw the puck bounce around in the middle, of course going off the glove and then face of a Roanoke Rail Yard Dawg. But that's what you need sometimes when goalies are as excellent as they are, like in this game, is some controlled chaos that you can take advantage of.
Absolutely, and I think that another thing that will end that play up on some coaches' tapes is that is the peak example of you play to the whistle. That you could have definitely seen the injured defenseman Alvo for the Rail Yard Dawgs and stop playing, but you know, you take full advantage of the opportunity that's given to you with the one-on-one, and Yevdokimov makes no mistake and buries it, and that's the difference in the game so far.
Yeah, and credit to the linesman and ref. You don't want to blow that opportunity dead. When
For
it
sure.
is a good opportunity, it should be allowed to play out, and that was an excellent job. Like you said, to play the whistle that never came until the buzzer sounded. Very smart and high IQ play from the Macon Mayhem.
Absolutely, and no penalties in that period after only 2 power play opportunities for the Mayhem in the first. Still no penalties in the game against the Macon Mayhem. Only 2 power plays. They belong to the Mayhem. They are 0 for 2. And that is where we stand through 2 periods of play. Only 20 minutes left. The Rail Yard Dawgs will mount a push. There's no mistake about that. It's how the Mayhem will be able to respond. That is the question. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll take another look around the SPHL here on Flow Hockey and the Mayhem Radio Network.
A proud sponsor of the Macon Mayhem, a leader in accelerating equality for women since 1836, Wesleyan College prides itself on providing young women with a platform to develop as students, professionals, and emerging leaders in the Middle Georgia community and beyond. Through the power of a liberal arts education, Wesleyan prepares its graduates to make a positive impact not only on the community around them, but around the globe. Join the pack. Apply now at www.wesleyancollege.edu/admission.
Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, It's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Well, hi, I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stopped by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stopped by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. And Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action, and don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey raffle. We're back here in Macon, Georgia, where the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs trail the Macon Mayhem 1-0 through 2 periods of play, and that will kick off our look around the SPHL. Birmingham has tied things up in Fayetteville through 2 periods of play. Trent Grimshaw had a goal in the first on the power play. Arkip Ledzianko has the second period marker to tie things up through 2. That one is 1-1. At the end of the first in Huntsville, the Havoc lead the Ice Bears 2-0. Jack Yannick and Phil Elgstom, a power play goal to get the insurance goal, and it's 2-0 over the Knoxville Ice Bears, who are slipping in the standings as of late. So that's a good result for Mayhem fans. You want to see Knoxville lose as many games as possible. Keep them in that fray of potentially teams that you can catch up with. You'd like to see Fayetteville pull one out in that game with Birmingham. Evansville and Pensacola tied at 0 in the second. Honestly, for the Mayhem, you just need that one to not go to overtime. You need points to be at a premium in that series. Whoever wins it to win it in regulation. And Quad City and Peoria just finished up the first period, also tied at 0 through 20 minutes. Jack Bodstedt is the goaltender for the Rivermen tonight. The backup is Dyson Skinner. So 2 former Mayhem goaltenders, the goalie tandem tonight for the Peoria Rivermen. And the Mayhem will definitely be cheering for them to take points away from the Quad City Storm. This has been a great game that we've had to watch here tonight in Macon, though, Joe. It's been a fun one, and even if you like goals, this is the kind of game that you can appreciate. There's been chances.
Yeah, it feels like it's coming, and like you said, it's been a great goalie showcase, and it's that way around the entire SPHL. Like you just recapped, 4 goals across the league, and give or take 8 periods. So not a lot of goal-scoring opportunities around the league, and in this one, it feels the same. You've had the chances. Just these goalies stand strong. We'll see if anyone breaks in the third. Everything can be different in last set of 20 minutes. When you've been out there as a goalie for 40 minutes, you've taken 14 shots like, of course, Boyko has off your chest, in your glove, it can start to beat up on you. The same can be said on the other side. Everything can start to fall apart. We'll see who stays strong in between the pipes and how it can lead to a victory on both sides. Of course, still a close game. They like to say the most dangerous lead is a 2-goal lead, but this one,
you'd love
can't
a
argue
2-goal
with
lead.
it. You would love a 2-goal lead in this one.
Absolutely. This is one of the lowest scoring games that the Mayhem have played all season. It's worth noting that the Mayhem have had the Rail Yard Dawgs numbers here at home. They're 11-9-1 against Roanoke all time at home, but on the road 7-15-3-1. So the home team definitely has had the upper hand in this all-time series between the two squads. That'll do it for our second intermission as the teams are coming back out for the third. We'll take a brief break, and when we come back, we'll bring you the final regulation frame between the Rail Yard Dawgs and the Mayhem. Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity. We're just about ready to start things off here in the third period. It should be a good one. This one is still close, as many of the games here in the Macon Coliseum have been this season. It's 1-0 Mayhem through 2. I'm Graham Tuck with Joe Kopp Show here on Flow Hockey and the Mayhem Radio Network. The Mayhem continue to find themselves in close games here at home. They've got a record of 9-8 at home, 8-12-3 on the road. The home crowd has been kind to them this season. There's no way around it. And right off the bat, Ybarra and Ford getting into it on the far side there.
Ybarra might want to watch out. He's got a couple inches to throw up there if he wants to start a scuffle there. He would have to aim up.
Yeah, Ford at 6 foot. Ybarra listed at 5'11", but Ford clearly a little bit taller.
Yeah, that side by side I think proves that that roster list on height might be a little generous to some player.
Boyko around the wall. Make no mistake about it though, Ybarra punches above his weight 100%.
He certainly can, and you've even seen it cleanly today as he takes players to boards. He finishes strong through contact, has been a physical presence.
Ford dropped it off for Pepe, unbeknownst to Pepe, and Allison threw it off the stick of Pepe, not meaning to, and so that will result in a neutral zone draw.
Pepe, a smart play to get back to the blue line and then threw the stick out there. Just a mental lapse there as the Mayhem will have a face-off draw right outside their blue line.
Witherspoon, Raleigh, and Yevdokimov reunited for this shift. Had some line mix-ups there in the second period. Pavaro and Paralot still together on the back end. They'll play catch here. And this one is tipped into the Roanoke bench. Looked like it may have hopped off the linesman and in. He's a bit hampered, skating around a little bit before he gets ready for the face-off.
Skates it off as he had hopped up onto the bench to try and get out of the way. He's obviously trying to shake it off as he caught it in the arm.
Witherspoon wins yet another face-off. Favaro up to Yevdokimov, the goal scorer who backhands it in. Yevdokimov at home has been unbelievable this season. I believe all of his goals have come at home. Boyko out of his net to play it. He goes behind the cage, plays it to the wall. Harley's shot was blocked. Witherspoon in a 2-on-1 with Yevdokimov. Witherspoon slows down, takes a shot, and he missed it high and wide.
Abnormal approach there to just fully stop up. Looked like he wanted the pass, and when it was taken away, didn't know what to do.
Yeah, oftentimes you see players force the pass there, even if it's not a viable option or the most viable option. And Nazareth shoving around a couple of guys, and now Gallagher in, he scores! Got through Boyko, and Carson Gallagher ties this game at 1.
And interesting here is it seemed like everything has to be grade A if it wants to get in. That one silently approaches as just skating in. It looks like Boyko beating glove side. That one might have gone in between the glove and the head, as it almost looked like it flew past the helmet of Boyko. So short side goal, I believe. We'll take another look, but right now that's what it appears to be, as it was skated in and just colliding together, two Mayhem players.
Yeah, definitely beat him glove side, short side. He got the assist from Municello. It's Gallagher's goal. That's his 16th of the season. And less than 2 minutes into the period, we're tied up at 1. So Boyko finally beaten here, and you got to go back to that chance for Witherspoon. If Witherspoon's able to bury that, it's 2-0. All of a sudden, we're tied at 1.
Yeah, and the Mayhem have to be a little bit frustrated with themselves.
Oh, Nazareth, what a move to get in. Nazareth cross ice. His pass broken up there by Alvo.
But now they have to focus on regaining their composure, as you feel like you've played 41 good minutes, and all of a sudden it's back to an even game at 1-1. That can be deflating. You need to make sure you keep the momentum and stay strong through the adversity.
Alvo starting the breakout. He gets it to Pepe. And Kelly had taken a shove from Allison. Puck still loose right there in front of the Macon penalty box. Kelly carries it in. Cup fighting to get back in position. Drop pass, save Boyko. Rebound careened out to the half wall. Slapped. Ford will get to it. Racing over to the wall. Ybarra is there. Tied up the stick, and Allison trying to lift it up into the O zone. Pepe wins the race, and it's icing.
Another dangerous opportunity for the Rail Yard Dawgs, as Boyko had to throw that shoulder up blocker side to make sure that one didn't go bar down. Another good stop as he looks to reestablish himself after he let one through. And it looks like, Graham, that Roanoke has a little bit of a fire under them now that they've brought it back even. Playing a little bit tougher, finishing their checks as well, and have had some good opportunities.
Harley on the blue line. His D partner blew a tire there, and now Ybarra trying to carry it out, but Roach got back to his feet and kept the play moving for Roanoke. Gallagher was tapping for it. That shot blocked by Cup into the netting and out of play.
So far, been impressed by the Mayhem stick work in the slot. Really nothing has come out right in front of Boyko. It's another reason it's a low-scoring game, is he hasn't had to face anything head-on, with a lot of room to work for the Rail Yard Dawgs. Instead, it's been a lot of tight-angle shots, of course converting on one, but the others, he stood tall. Good job of locking down that high slot by the Mayhem.
This one will roll on to Boyko after the face-off. Yevdokimov flew the zone. Interesting note there. He was trying to get a breakaway chance.
Yeah, we've seen interesting face-off plays come in from the Mayhem. Many have led to goal-scoring opportunities, so trying it out in the defensive zone.
Maynard took an angle behind the net. Raleigh poking it ahead to Yevdokimov. Now Witherspoon in a one-on-one. Only one man back. Witherspoon's shot blocked. Rebound to the high slot. Municello had it knocked away from him by Witherspoon. Witherspoon with a good puck battle win, but it comes back to Stanko, who's into the zone. Stanko working around Maynard. Municello taken away from him by Ford. And now to the wall. All the way up to the blue line for Harley. His shot blocked away by Boyko. And Ford will lift it through center. Glove down by Stanko, fired right back in towards Boyko. Maynard back to get it. Next goal could be the last one, Joe. It has that kind of feeling.
Yeah, it really feels like once someone breaks through, it could be shut down for the rest of the night. Mayhem need to break out of their own defensive zone to get a try.
And now we've got a 2-on-1 Nazareth with Monikov. Nazareth, toe drag, save, made Ronabush, Monikov, oh, diving save. Ronabush hopped on top of the defenseman and made the stop. That was Lindbergh, who he leapt on top of and pushed him into position. Now Smuntz for O'Kane, and Boyko makes another save. I have never seen that before, where a goaltender dives on top of his own defenseman to shove him in position for a save.
Yeah, Lindbergh was the one that caught the brunt of that puck, and it was purely because Rodebush threw him in front of it. Just an insane play, and it's felt like it's been that way all day for Macon.
Now here comes Favaro. He takes a tough hit, but Kelly gets a shot there. Rebound available for Ybarra, who came charging in. Winslow breaks the play up with the stick, and now back the other way come the Rail Yard Dawgs. Passes behind Alvo, taken away by Kelly. To center, Pepe knocked away by Winslow, and Ybarra well offside there. Winslow a good bit ahead of the play. High pace action here on Racing Night in Macon, and with 14:25 left, we'll have to take a pit stop. It's 1-1, Rail Yard Dawgs and Mayhem. Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back. Widmar wins the face-off for the Rail Yard Dawgs, coming down to the wire here in Macon in a 1-1 tie. Cup. Up the wall to Ybarra. Allison off the wall looking for Winslow. Harley tied Winslow's stick up, and now Kelly will get there. He'll fire it ahead to Widmar. 3 men back for the Mayhem. Widmar backhands it towards the crease. Boyko sticked it away. Ybarra around the wall. Harley at the blue line, sends it down low. Widmar turns a corner on Cup, who's trying to use his stick to take the puck away. Widmar uses a screen from Ford as interference, fires a shot off the shins of Cup, slap shot, and a good one from Lindbergh, and Boyko holds on.
It's tough to do that from the face-off dot, get off a clean slap shot and keep it on net. A good shot, Boyko brings it right into the chest and covers up. That was a very good possession defensively from Cup as well. Stayed with his man the whole way, got the block shot, led to that slap shot, but an excellent job to take away an even better opportunity for Roanoke.
Witherspoon can't win the D-zone draw. Alvo with a wrister. It went by Boyko. That would have been interesting to see how that one went in terms of goalie interference or not, but luckily for the Mayhem, it didn't find the back of the net. So no controversy one way or the other.
Yeah, Gallagher was battling out in front and ended up bumping Boyko as he fell down to the ice.
Ford, stretch pass ahead. He was looking for Raleigh, but Raleigh, who was looking right at him, didn't know the puck was coming to him, and this is iced.
Yeah, just a little bit off the clean opportunities a couple minutes ago. Great passing was involved. Ever since then, it feels like the Mayhem just can't get puck to tape, as Boyko will have a conversation after he feels like he was unnecessarily bumped.
Definitely whenever a play like that happens, there's always the possibility that the player was guided to the crease by someone on the defensive team, but without taking too much of a closer look at it, it's impossible to know. And obviously nobody on the ice has the benefit of replay.
And I think if Boyko knew that his defender guided him in, he wouldn't care. Of course, he wants his crease all to himself.
Absolutely.
Will appeal no matter what.
This one doesn't appear like it'll be heading to the 4-1 Mayhem final like the last game between these two was. But now we've got a chance here as Raleigh, the puck is behind him. You have Dokimov charging the crease. Raleigh can't get it to Yarrow. Sent back to the blue line for Goldowski, and the tip chance for Raleigh is off the mark. Goldowski with a big reverse hit there on Lindbergh. Two former teammates.
That's a really good chance for the Mayhem. I would have liked that pass to come out a bit sooner, lead him instead of trying to stop up and get it in between his feet.
Credit where due to the Roanoke defense. They stayed pace for pace with Yevdokimov the whole way down the ice. That was a 2-on-1 that quickly developed in a 2-on-2.
Yeah, I mentioned how fast he is. A great job from the Rail Yard Dawgs to take it away. That's why if it had just gone backdoor a bit sooner and he could have just poked the stick out, tried to redirect it, would have been a bit better of an opportunity.
Harley behind the net. Up to Smunt. Nazareth drops it back to Favaro. Approaching the midway point of the third. Schnapp ahead to Nazareth. Nazareth trying to drag it through everybody. Couldn't get all the way in. And now Allison, stretch pass through the legs of Ybarra. Harley's going to get there. Ybarra got a stick to the puck. Winslow uses his body to take the puck away. Strong forecheck here from this line. Allison keeps the puck moving down into the corner. Kelly to Ybarra. Ybarra tried to feed it out in front. Kelly fires a shot well wide. This one's going to fly all the way back into the defensive end for the Mayhem.
That was an excellent forecheck from the Mayhem. Won a couple possessions there. No shot going on net, but a great job to keep the pressure on.
And now a takeaway for Widmar. He's got it back up to the blue line. Alvo near side. Cage and all. He'll fire it back across the blue line to Roach. Now Alvo again. Fakes the slap shot, sends it off the inboards. Rebound makes its way to Jarrett Cupp, who kicks it along. He's tied up with a couple of Rail Yard Dawgs. Winslow poking it away from Ford. And now Kelly tries to backhand it ahead. Ybarra potentially in a 2-on-1 with Winslow. And Lindbergh back played it well. Winslow tumbles down to the ice at the end of a long shift. He'll get off to complete a wholesale line change. Here is Ford into the zone. And Maynard took it away from Ford, sent it all the way back in the defensive end, and Lindbergh played it ahead. Witherspoon ahead to Nazareth. Lindbergh, a good stick there. Stripped him of the puck, and now Ford.
Dangerous there, but good stick work.
Hayden Ford looking for Yevdokimov off the mark, and able to get a stick on it, so no icing there. Apparently. Pepe to Municello. Hayden Ford. Nazareth ahead to Witherspoon. Yevdokimov waiting at the blue line. Couldn't settle the bouncing puck. And he's offside. He touches it. This is an intentional offside, says the linesman. That will bring it all the way back into the D zone when we come back. 9:15 left to go in the third period. Still tied at 1 here in Macon. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Gonna be tight all the way down to the end here. 9:15 left to go in the third, still tied at 1. Only one goal in this period. It has belonged to the Macon Mayhem's opponent, Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs. It was Carson Gallagher, his 16th of the season for number 16, beating Josh Boyko glove side to tie the game at 1. Winslow ahead to Ybarra. Back to Winslow, his shot saved by Rodebush. Ybarra tied up. Slapped into the zone by Lindberg. Lindberg was a third pair guy when he was here in Macon. He's getting a lot of ice time down the stretch here for the Rail Yard Dawgs. Obviously an important part of their blue line. He's played 16 games this season, 3 points, all assists. This one sent to the slot, one-timer save, Boyko. Right from the circles, a one-timer save. Good look there for Billy Roach.
Yeah, really good opportunity as Roach sunk down the defender. 6 goals on the season, trying to add to that total. Had a really good opportunity. But it seems if Boyko can see it, he's going to snag it out of the air, as he does there. That's the second time a really powerful shot has come in from that close, and both times he's brought it in and throws it for a face-off to his left.
Pass to the blue line. Monikov affected the play, still getting it down low. Gallagher working around Goldowski. Good screen by Stanko. This one fed to the slot. Boyko tightens up and moves away from the post. Good save there by Boyko on a dangerous look for Stanko.
It's a very smart play by Boyko when he knows he lost the puck, doesn't exactly know where it's at, to kick over away and make sure that if it does pop out, it's going to go in a direction where no Rail Yard Dawgs player is. Smart play there and a good job to close it up. Make sure it doesn't leak through.
Face-off win back to Harley. Those face-offs are going to become more and more important as this game comes down to the closing minutes, and Boyko with another save, because the more face-offs you win, especially in the O-zone, the more chances like that you can get.
Yeah, and that one, it looks like kicked off Witherspoon as he was in front of the net and just kind of ended up in Boyko's chest. So never really saw it, but was able to bring it in, cover it up, and yet again another win.
Another chance for Roach. You have Dokimov with a good check there on him. Ford trying to clear the zone. Stanko muscles for it. Gallagher took it away. Fed back to the high slot. And Municello's shot blocked by a stick into the netting, out of play.
This has been a dominant minute or so for Roanoke. It's been all Rail Yard Dawgs ever since they entered the zone. It hasn't left in about that 60-second time frame. Now they get a different line out, and you hope, if you're a Mayhem fan, a little bit more success on the draw with 2 new centers gliding in.
Goldowski gonna take the draw. Wins it back to Maynard. He's with Ford. Monikov up to Schnapp. Now here is Goldowski. Fed it out in front. Schnapp deflected it. It goes wide. Godmere lost it. Schnapp has it here in the corner. Monikov in there doing some work on the walls. Godmere able to muscle it over the glove of Jake Maynard. Ford back to get it. Paralot. Ford had gone for a change. Paralot working around a hook. No call there. Jansen sends it down low. Schnapp ties up his man. Good job there working on Alvo. That was in the corner. That's a save by Boyko. Nearly blocked in front. That was Godmere in the corner. 74, not 14. And this one leaves the zone. Jansen tried to slap it back in, but he was on the wrong side of the blue line. 6.5 to go here. Maynard sends it in. It was tipped by Kelly, so no icing. The rear linesman was quick to point it out. Winslow enables it to be taken away by Ybarra. Kelly skates it across the blue line and in. Cup takes it away from Boyko. Played well by the captain. Kelly on the near side. Up ahead, Ybarra across the blue line. Tried to toe drag it. It's knocked away from him by Lindbergh. He's been all over the place in this third period.
Yeah, he's been out in front of Boyko, sinking down that far, and of course on the defensive end, good stick check there, able to poke it free and win. The Rail Yard's a clean breakout.
Kelly up the near side, right in front of the penalty boxes. Nazareth threw a hit there. Boyko out of his net to play it. Here's Nazareth on the near side. Looking for Witherspoon, able to get it over to him. Witherspoon back to Favaro, kicked it to Nazareth. Nazareth looking backdoor for Yevdokimov. Couldn't get a shot off. Here's Favaro. Mayhem looking for some setup ozone time for the first time in what feels like a whole period. Yevdokimov had it taken away from him. It was loose in the skates of Paralot. He got it deep. 2-on-1. Witherspoon, his shot saved Rodebush. Couldn't get a good angle to fire it over to Yevdokimov. And this period's really been all Roanoke, Joe, but finally the Mayhem with a good look, and it just couldn't get the good angle on it.
Yeah, it's been a complete change of what we saw earlier in the game. The only positive sign you take away from that, it was a good look, and Rodebush looked a little slow covering it up. Perhaps a little winded as he's now facing around 30 shots. And you hope a face-off win, and maybe you can establish some time, put the Rail Yard Dawgs on their heels.
Goldowski with a good face-off win. Got to remember, Rodebush also played yesterday at home against the Knoxville Ice Bears, that 4-1 win for Roanoke. So this is a 3 games and 3 nights for the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs. Just 2-2. Oh, a save! No, they score! Boyko fanned on it! A gift to the Rail Yard Dawgs, and with under 5 to go, it's a 2-1 lead for Roanoke.
Yeah, Boyko knows what he did wrong there. There was no reason to play that puck, and when you do,
it looks like his stick broke.
Poorly, and he's grabbing a new twig, so the stick broke. Still not a position where you want to go out and play it. Of course, you can't predict that your stick's going to break, but just not a smart play. Boyko, an aggressive goalie, likes to go out and do it. And unfortunately for the Mayhem, yeah, as he tried to whip it up the boards,
the blade just didn't have what he thought he had on it. And Goldowski's sticks breaks there. Now a 3-on-2 for the Rail Yard Dawgs. And now the Mayhem have less than 5 left to salvage a point from this. You got to tie this game up and get it to overtime. As that shot tipped in front, Boyko never had to make a stop there. Sent back up to the blue line. This is fired down low. A chance in front! Did Boyko make that stop? Yes, he did. One-timer, they score! A rocket from Alvo, and it's 3-1.
And that's what can happen when things start to fall apart. It can come in bunches, and it does here for Roanoke. A good job to get it in deep. And after Boyko makes an amazing first save, one that likely would have gone in any other day, it was kicked out, and the one-timer finds its way in. Interesting to see that. Looks like a timeout will come here on the Mayhem side.
Yeah, that's the kind of play that just a rough break for Boyko on the first goal. The stick not what you needed from it there, at least you think. The Birkin was examining the stick on the bench, trying to see what was wrong with it. Not quite sure if it didn't look like a clean break. But that being said, the third goal for the Rail Yard Dawgs, just a beautiful setup, and Alvo fires it home. That is tough for the Macon Mayhem, and a good finish for the Rail Yard Dawgs. It's not over yet, still 4-12, but the Mayhem need to get one quick.
Yeah, and it has felt like this the whole time. The dam was building up, and eventually it would burst. And it just helped that Boyko misplayed that puck. The twig snapping doesn't help. And then a great play, as you mentioned. A juicy rebound kicks out, and, I mean, well put right in the top corner.
65 for 16, Carson Gallagher. And number 91, Brendan Stemko. The goal point for 4 minutes.
Kelly ahead to Ybarra. He's going to get it into the skates of Winslow. And this one's ahead to Justin Kelly, who's got some speed into the zone. Kelly taken down to the wall. Winslow pressed into the end boards, and now Kelly joins in. It's a 2-on-2. Kelly sends it to the slot. Ybarra shot off the skates of Rodebush. Cup tried to fire it in there. And Widmar flips it along from the red line. A tough break for the Mayhem here tonight. Obviously still some time, but a game that you thought you had, and it slips away from you here in the late stages of the third. 2 goals, 40 seconds apart. And it starts with a fluky play created by the stick of Josh Boyko.
Yeah, you can play 40 minutes extremely well, but it doesn't matter if you let up the last 20. You have to play a complete game for all 3 periods, and just in the last 5 minutes or so, the wheels have started to come off. The Mayhem with plenty of time, but need to sure up.
Gallagher, who's on hat trick watch here on the far side. You got to think that Boyko goes to the bench pretty soon here. Yevdokimov near side to Nazareth. He's going to send it back to Yevdokimov. Yevdokimov in to save Rodebush, and Yevdokimov couldn't get the shot off here. And Paralot in the defensive end. He's going to send it ahead to Nazareth. Backhand pass off the wall. Ducked under by Goldowski. Loose puck to Raleigh. He's going to skate in with it. All 5 men are parking the bus here for the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs, and why would you not, up 2 with 2 to go?
Exactly right, and just like that, fire the puck out. When
and now you've got a breakaway for Ford. Ford in, save with the mask by Boyko. And it looks like Maynard lost his stick in the process. Schnapp is going to send it ahead, slapped back into the zone by Lindberg. Paralot ahead to Goldowski. Boyko inching towards the bench. Goldowski's shot well high, might have gone off of a stick. And that will take us to our final media timeout. 1:41 to go here. It's 3-1 Rail Yard Dawgs. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. I'm sure this is not how Josh Boyko envisioned his birthday game coming to a close, with him on the bench down 3-1. As Schnapp had a chance on the back door that was poked wide. This one's going to bounce back out to the blue line, and Jarrett Cupp races over to get it. Minute and a half left to go here, and 2 goals inside the final 5 minutes have nearly sealed this one for Roanoke. Looks like they're going to win their 7th in a row since February 2nd. The loss here in this building. The Mayhem will get another chance at this team tomorrow night. Still a minute left in this one, but time running out very quickly for the Mayhem. And they had plenty of chances in the first and second. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it was really a well-played game, as mentioned, for the first 2 periods. And then, of course, the wheels coming off here at the end, but had their chances.
And a shot off the post by Ford. Nick Ford for the Rail Yard Dawgs.
Almost turned to 4-1 as he was looking to add himself to the stat sheet.
This one cleared down into the penalty box and out of play. Deflected, so no delay of game, but really in this one you got to look back to in the first period. The Mayhem really had a chance to take advantage and take control of this game with 2 power play opportunities that looked good, and Austin Rodebush kept them off the board on both of them. The second power play didn't look great, but the first one looked really good. Austin Rodebush had about 4 grade A saves on that man advantage, and the Mayhem, if they score on that power play, this is a different game.
Yeah, not only did it look good, it felt good, which is a huge difference. When it feels like those pucks are going in, and when you come up empty instead, it can be game-changing, as it certainly has been here today.
Favaro on the near side blue line. He's going to send it to Winslow. His shot into Rodebush. Rebound is available, and it comes all the way to the far boards. Nazareth will send it to the near wall. Down low for Ybarra. Ybarra sent out to the slot. He was looking for Raleigh there. He's going to fish it over to Favaro, and that will do it for this one. A 3-1 final. The Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs come in and take care of business and get revenge for the loss that they suffered here at the beginning of the month. They win their 7th straight, and for the Mayhem, their 3-game winning streak comes to an end here on home ice. And they fail to get a point in a game that they were tied with 5 minutes left in the third and led after 2. That one's going to sting.
Yeah, it hurts to play so well for so long and be unable to come away with the point. Of course, always desire to. Now they'll look around the league for some help as they hope to keep on to that last playoff spot. They'll certainly need it as they hope to bounce back, of course, tomorrow, and perhaps a little bit of revenge in store as they can feel some emotion boiling after you feel like you play so well and you don't come away with a point. It can certainly change your headspace for the next game.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a pleasure to call this one with you, Joe. Final score here, 3-1. The goals in the second period, Yaroslav Yevdokimov unassisted. Then in the third, Carson Gallagher tied it. Carson Gallagher got the lead for the Rail Yard Dawgs on a turnover by Josh Boyko. And then the sealer, Stephen Alvo, to make it 3-1. That'll do it from us here in Macon at the Coliseum. Final score 3-1. We'll be back here tomorrow night, 6 p.m. puck drop on Scooby-Doo Pucks and Paws night, as the Rail Yard Dawgs will be in town for their second game of the weekend series, taking on this same Mayhem team.